Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we are ready with WWE Smackdown tonight. Welcome to the Rossin for Life Network. Welcome to another show. Welcome to all the fun, folks. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put another week in the books. We're going to cap it off with 3 hours of SmackDown tonight. What does Papa Paul and company have in store for us? We will find out. But strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Rossin for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we bring you 3 hours of SmackDown tonight. Me and that pretty face going to run you through all the action, be all your reaction to it all. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. If you are new here, make sure you say hello. Put an emoji in there, a number, a high five, something. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. We are the Wrestling Utopia, ready to go again. Looking forward to a lot of crazy stuff, building towards Saturday Night Main Event tomorrow night. Plus, Royal Rumble is really close, Nick. I'm jazzed for it. But before we get into all that and say hello to the people out there, make sure you hit like, share, subscribe. And remember, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and I know, my guy, we were talking about this before we went live, but we've only got 2 things advertised for tonight.
Yeah,
for 3 hours of SmackDown.
Not much. We know this is kind of bubbling and building. We'll see what they do with, if anything, tonight. LA Knight, Tama Tonga should be interesting. MCMG pretty deadly, and yeah, there we go.
That's the go home show for Saturday Night Main Event.
So, I mean, again, we're looking forward to Saturday Night Main Event. We will be live at 7:30 tomorrow, so make sure you are there, folks. It's going to be a fun one. And again, we want to see triple digits in all these chats. Last night, TNA Live, the chat blew up. It was fun to watch. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. But yeah, man, I mean, two matches, two. That's it.
2 matches. We got the yeah versus the yeah.
Right. I'm trying to make visuals. They're not helping me out. What are they doing?
And I mean, I know we talked about this, and the chat can let us know how they feel. We both, for different reasons, just wish they advertised a little bit more, especially now with it being the 3 hours and everything. Mm-hmm. Roman's not showing up every week. The Bloodline storyline's kind of on a different note a bit. So SmackDown to me isn't as just the brand sells itself as much as, say, now like a Raw does, especially.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, it's definitely a different vibe. And my concern was the 3 hours. How are they going to be able to maintain that 3 hours? Was it going to work for them? But that's the trick. Now, part of my viewpoint is you must tune in to find out what's happening. We're not going to give you the whole list. We're not going to give you the whole rundown. Some stuff's going to be made up on the fly. That's kind of, spontaneity to it all. I don't hate it, but I kind of want a little bit more.
What they advertise is still good. Like, we've still got LA Knight versus Tama Tonga. I can't remember the last time we saw Tama Tonga in an actual singles match.
Right.
But just wish there was a little bit more meat on the bone a little bit. You don't got to give us the whole card, but maybe like 1 or 2 at least.
You're right. I mean, again, we got 1 or 2. So
1 or 2 more. 1 or 2 more.
1 or 2 more. But yeah, I mean, again, what we are getting at was very interesting. We saw LA Knight have issues with the Bloodline, which apparently they're getting a new name because they're no longer allowed to be the Bloodline. So that shall be interesting.
I haven't heard this. This.
So I don't know what they're going to call them, but
Samoan SWAT team.
Let's go back to that, right? But
Samoan Dynasty.
Maybe Samoan Dynasty works.
Yeah.
I can work with that. I can work with that. But LA Knight, obviously coming off losing the title, keeping them relevant, keeping it interesting. Should be a fun match. Like both these guys a lot. The yeah versus the yeah. So they'll be very interesting tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And I assume Jacob's going to get involved. Like, I'm waiting to see, because we're going to get it on Saturday Night Main Event, the tease between Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu tonight that we'll probably get, because it is still the go home show.
Yeah. No, I imagine there's some interaction between those two tonight as well. And again, right now it's been very loosey goosey about who's on what show. It very much so we could have a bunch of people on this one. So
now, since you brought that up and everything, well, speaking of people being on shows and all of that, could we see a surprise return or anything tonight? The women's rumble, as it was pointed out to me on X and all of that, what to call it for tonight and everything, but it's very light as to who's been announced, declared for it and everything. So could we get a return of somebody? And I'm going to be in the rumble.
I still think we're getting people announcing they're going to be in the rumble. It doesn't necessarily have to be a return for it. I do expect, and I feel like they're doing it on purpose. They're leaving the women's a little wide open. They know the women's division's buzzing. They know NXT's women's division is stacked. They know they just got it connected to the knockouts division. I think they're slow playing the women, and I think it works perfectly. I think when you run similar events, whether it's men, women, or men, if you're doing the same type of thing, very close to each other on the same night, I think they both need to have a separate vibe. You got to kind of bring them in, and I think with War Games, it was very much that family history, that blood feud. The women's, they at least gave each other a reason to hate each other enough to get in there, I guess. Not a lot of story to it, but they both had different vibes. So I think the Rumble the same way. Maybe we know more men's and it's more competitive and more, a little more aggressive. In the women's, leave a lot of question marks because there's a long list of ladies that could be in this thing.
I literally could not have put it better. I fully agree. Of the women's War Games was very much. We even talked about it. I know I threw it out quite a bit. Of it was kind of just shoehorned together.
A little bit.
Didn't exactly need to be there, but we got why it was there and everything. And I don't get this whole. They've all got to be the same. They've all got to be treated exactly the same as all equals and everything.
They should. No. I mean, I think. Sorry, not to.
No. I'm not saying you said that. I've heard.
Yeah. But just my thought on that. And I did read this earlier today. It's not about doing the same thing identically. It's having equality in the sense of the offering. So you both in main event positions, both get marquee matches like an elimination chamber or a rumble. But it doesn't. Nowhere does it say, or does anyone believe, well, they should do the exact same thing. Well, that would just be replicating. You got to have your own vibe, your own. Like each one is distinct, like from the other.
Yeah, then you're going to get people mad at the fact that you're just doing the exact same thing, and we've seen that before. Yeah, I'm with you. I would say the men's rumble is very much stacked, very front loaded. It's going to be anybody could win it. With the women's, I don't think that there's respectfully anyone right now that declares for the rumble that's like, I'm going to be super shocked or super invested because they declared for it. I expect that. It's going to be the surprises. It's going to be your Charlottes, your Jordan Graces, your Becky Lynches, maybe your Mickey James, your this, that, and the thirds that pop up. That's where you can get your legend spots, your AJ Lees.
Yes. And I mean, again, I've been very vocal about not wanting too many of the what I call the wasted numbers. You want to do one or two, like an AJ Lee huge, do it, right?
Right.
But don't bring back Summer Rae. Like we're good. Like we don't need that.
Yes.
But I think with the women, I think because the women's wrestling in WWE has been so competitive, and we're talking about the return of Becky, Charlotte, Alexa's out there apparently debating contract. Carmella could return to wrestling at some point. You have so many names that are on the cusp of moving up. It's crazy. It is a Shark Tank. So I think this one's wide open for a reason, and I think we might get a couple more tonight. We'll get a couple more on Monday. So we'll patience. And again, you got to remember, they don't want to do two big announcements on the guys' side and do two on the girls in the same night and have one overshadow the other. So it's strategic.
Well, and you're going to have probably your more likely winners be more surprises in the women's versus the guys that are announced for the men's.
True. In a sense, for sure.
Right. Do we want to say hi to the chat, or you mentioned the Alexa Bliss thing? Do we want to talk about that?
I think the Alexa Bliss thing is a little bit of a short conversation. I don't trust anybody that talks about contracts and things that are happening behind closed doors, because I don't believe anybody out there reporting has any access to anybody. That it's not like they're sitting in a creative meeting and telling some coffee getting intern about Alexa's contract. So I find it hard to believe. However, we've seen this with Drew McIntyre. We've seen it with others. We even saw it with Bray Wyatt that he was having difficulty with creative and not happy with the situation. So we've seen the bullshit many times before. I think this is something that, they're just working on the details. They don't want to bring her back and do nothing. I think we're fine. And I think we went through this with Drew McIntyre recently where he came back better than ever.
Could it also be a bit of stoke the flames and then the flames get a little too hot, so we'll let them cool off a little bit of, you kind of got that buzz going around of she's going to come back. She's going to come back. She's going to come back. Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we let this simmer down a little bit? So when you do come back, no one's expecting it even more. And I did want to ask you, because I've seen this narrative floated around that if Alexa isn't coming back or doesn't come back or what have you, that the Wyatt 6 storyline might be dead in the water, because I guess it was dependent on or very much going to be focused with Alexa or anything like that.
There were still people out there that, I think, including yourself, that didn't even believe that Alexa was going to be reassociated with them. Thanks. So that's a possibility. Beyond that, I mean, right now, the Wyatt 6 story is dead. They have to revive it and do something with it, or it's dead. I don't think that was incumbent on Alexa totally. If they did have an angle or a story plan, trying to line it up and make it make sense, and maybe that's what the delay is. She comes back at the Rumble. When she gets back to TV, she's somehow associated with them again. We will see. I mean, I still want that. I wanted it for Bray, Nick. We never got it. So maybe we get it for Alexa. The lights go out, and when they come back on, whoever was in the ring is now on the floor on the outside, and Alexa's in the ring all by herself.
I mean, like, that would be certainly interesting. I know she doesn't want to come back as like the quote unquote goddess gimmick and everything.
We'll see. It's very, very interesting. And Alexa did a great job and took a lot of heat while she did it.
Right. I just want to click on this one because Mans knows what's up. But yeah, 100%. Think for yourself out there, folks. 100%. Right. If there's a reason we got a, Meltzer shirt that donates to Literacy Foundation.
It's facts. What's up, Eric? First one in the chat tonight. Welcome. Looking forward to lots of wrestling and my Commanders Redskins NFC title. I wouldn't have predicted the Redskins Commanders at the beginning of the year. So I'm a little surprised with this matchup.
Yeah, that's why I need them for us to the Buffalo Bills Commander Super Bowl is what I want.
Imagine the Buffalo Bill Commander Super Bowl.
I'm all the way for it.
The lowest drawing Super Bowl in history.
No, don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that. But no, I'm out here sweating bullets.
I'm cheering for you, man. I'm in your corner, bro. I want to see the Bills pull this off.
It's been 3 different times we faced them in the championship game. I was literally talking to a coworker about this earlier because I thought it was 3 straight.
Listen, you got the Chiefs, I got the Boston Bruins. It's still a headache.
Yeah, facts.
J1, how's it going? What's up? WWE has a new partnership with SiriusXM as of the first time ever. The audio feed. I mean, do a lot of people still listen to Sirius? Feed Saturday night.
I mean, Busted Open is still a thing, right?
That's true. They are on Sirius. Okay.
Stern, isn't he on there too?
I don't know. I think I feel like it fell off, but it would probably still.
Yeah, most people. Well, that's again, satellite radio is a whole thing. I don't listen to radio. Period. You got to pay to have it. But I think that is really fascinating and really cool to go back. Like that's very vintage. Of we're gonna have the audio playing on the radio and all that.
That's pretty cool. What's up, Clay Lewis? How you doing? Can't wait for tomorrow. Garrett, welcome here. LA Knight versus Tonga should be a great match. I agree. It should be a good one. Kevin, welcome back. Michael, Cherokee, George. So wanting LA Knight to win over Tonga. MCMG over Pretty Deadly. I think MCMG over Pretty Deadly is a shoe-in. LA Knight Tonga is a toss-up. Maybe a little bit of a dusty finish on this one.
LA Knight wins by disqualification.
Yeah, I'll go there. I'll go with
that's where I think. I mean, I still think with this, we're setting up LA Knight more. Hopefully going towards like world title main card picture.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I'm interested. What is SmackDown main event will be tonight? Yeah, we don't know yet.
Probably this match.
You think so?
Versus what I mean, if you're that's another thing. If you're not going to advertise your main event, I mean, unless it's going to be one of those spot-nators, like
but they have like last week's main event was the
Cody
tag match that wasn't pre-announced, right? Like that's what I'm like. Whatever the first segment is probably going to be our main event tonight. Cody and Jimmy with a rematch, like something.
Yeah, Cody and Jimmy versus what? Fucking Sammy and Kevin in a tag match or something.
Well, remember, Cody has tomorrow night off, other than showing up for the
contract signing.
Contract signing with
he's going through a table, right?
Somebody. Happy Friday. God bless you all. Jordan Smith, good to see you. Christian, long one, national champions and see Ohio State.
Yeah. Christian, hi, how you doing? Thank you.
Kayfabe, welcome back. Russ and Proud, good to see Cooper with no shirt on as always. Welcome back. Head Bob.
Yes, by the way, I will point out real quick because you clicked on it there. We are also on Twitch and everything as well. Twitch. So go over, and even if you're still going to watch us on YouTube, at least drop a follow over on Twitch and everything.
Right. Well, they always say count all your blessings, Nick. So big news. We are at 14 Twitch followers. People, Twitchers. We got 14.
We got everybody out there twitching. We're setting up for a Michael Jackson video.
Right. If anyone out there can hear us right now and you have a Twitch, go follow our Twitch. And you can watch us anywhere and everywhere.
You can watch us on 2 screens.
What's up? MDB, the Knee Pad Patrol is on the loose on a Friday. Ronnie, how you doing? TJ, what's up? Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Welcome. Ronnie, I got you. Scott Rizzo. Patrick Watkins, Jake the OG Tribal Chief, MDB on Twitch, MDB hitting us up on all sides.
There you go.
Easy for me to say. Normal guy.
Man's tongue's fighting himself.
Right, no shit. What up, big dog? How you doing? Roll Tide's back with us. Also happy about the national championship.
Yeah. We're moving on. We're talking Bills Chiefs. We're moving on.
Vance back with Scott. I believe I got you. Byron, good to see you. 2K25 reveal on Monday. Is that true? Sure.
That's the Roman segment that a lot of people have thought about, that it's because of the I want to be acknowledged on the 27th, and then he walks through the door with the 2K25 on there. If they're going to announce that, if he actually wants to be acknowledged. So
yeah,
touch and go, but I think kind of both.
Yeah, fair enough. Timothy Casper's in the house. Welcome, sir. Love the avatar. Ian's back with us. Good to see you, Ian. Hope you were doing well. Big dog. Leave it to MDB to be a kisser upper. Pause. That was close. There you go. Good one.
You got there.
Chambers, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? As we head closer and closer to Chambers coming up very soon in Toronto. Al Snow's back with us. Good to see you. What does everybody want? Stream. Zach Minger, welcome. Did I miss any? You see any names, Nick? I got odds. This list getting longer by the day. Mega, Chris Leclerc, Denisha.
I got Ken. So Hogan's not on Saturday Night Main Event because his daughter had a baby, or they decided him and Jesse not a good idea.
I think they came up with a good excuse not to be there,
not to be booed again. Yeah.
Right. And without like it being public of like WWE tells Hogan not to come back. They're like, oh, well, we had this thing.
If there's one thing that Hulk Hogan will always go down as being good at, it's being a fucking politician when it comes to the world of wrestling. And so he's going to do what he needs to do to save face of, again, they weren't booing me. They were saying boo other.
Boo other is the one that kills
right. Me. Yeah. So, and I think it's, oh, well, this just happened to come up, so I can't be there. Oh, I'm sorry. As they were already advertising him. They already played into him being part of the advertisement as well. And then now just so happens after Punk buries him on Raw, which I guess wasn't planned, but everyone got a good chuckle, a good hearty har. And then him and Jesse together. Jesse would have starched his lights out.
Well, I mean, again, no love lost between those two old vets, but Folks, we are hit the 10-minute mark. We are still live, obviously, as we are getting ready for the start of SmackDown tonight. I will remind everyone again, real quick, we are back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. for Saturday night main event, a stacked Saturday night main event. It's going to be a fun one, plus a couple twists and turns in there, I'm sure. We're looking forward to it. Back Monday all week long as we head to Royal Rumble. Thursday, we will bring you our Royal Rumble prediction and preview show. But yeah, we got so much coming your way, folks. But,
it's crazy to think we're just like a week away from Rumble.
It's crazy. Which means we're like 1 week closer to the end of this frigid bullshit. But other than that, no, I'm pumped for Rumble this year.
I thought you were about to say WrestleMania and everything like that. You're like, just this frigid bullshit. I like this from Ian, though, because this is very much, if you aren't a fan of the Buffalo Bills, here's a reason why you should be. Of the Bills Mafia raising over $30,000 for Mark Andrews' diabetes charity, even though after he dropped the ball and all that, because the Ravens fans hated him. Bills fans love that.
that was what a swing of emotions, right? Like crazy. He caught it. No, he didn't. Oh,
yeah, that's literally. I was on stream watching it. We were in the middle of all the other shows, and I'm like, hey, no, time, no, thank God.
What's up, OG Dale? Me and my tongue have not gotten along yet tonight. We're working. My mouth is moving faster than my brain at this point.
There you go. That was fighting words.
Happy Friday, y'all. Titan Towers have been sold. Nah.
Titan Towers only has a name to like OG wrestling fans.
Yeah, it's kind of cool
it's
that
still an office building. I mean, it's interesting,
right? I heard they were putting the Titan Towers like mode in 2K25.
Oh, fucking Russo was gonna ask for fucking royalties on that.
Savit, how you doing? Boston, welcome back. OG Dale, there you go. I just wanted to make sure I said it properly. Mega MDB, Big Dog. KG's got a slip knot in his tongue. Pause. Anything he says just slips out.
But I was waiting for like, I did my time, and we've got confirmation though from Al Snow. My niece gave me my YouTube name, Al Snow. I'm not the wrestler.
After all this time, I feel deceived. No,
I was deceived.
That's awesome. Good name.
Right.
Makes my joke a little off color now, though, so we won't repeat it.
You didn't know. Ian, you guys covered GCW. I'm a big fan of that company. We try to as much as we can.
We just did on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, well, and we all just popped for Mance Warner showing up on TNA last night too, as well, which that's been the big kind of hubbub in the wrestling world is Mance official like a referee whistle in TNA.
Yeah. Listen, if for those who don't know, PCO went to a GCW show and went Triple H on the Digital Media Championship and then basically told TNA where they could stick it. And legit, shoot, he wasn't fucking around.
Is it more Cody, though, because he did it on a chair?
Yeah, maybe a little Cody. You got a point. Right. But I think that it was clunky, but Steph DeLander returns as she gets the belt in the divorce and brings out her real life boyfriend, and we just move on. Fuck it. We're not even talking about it. We don't care who used to have the belt. We didn't mention him by name. It's just Mance is here. Everybody look over here.
Well, and you've got AJ Francis more going at DeLander and everything like that. So I like that could also be a bit of a thing of where it is going to literally, it's the shell game of don't look over here as we do over here.
Yeah, 100%.
But I do really like that Mance is there. Mance is the guy that I think, especially in 2024, really show what he can do beyond just the GCW stuff. And I really like that he's coming into potentially a feud with him and Sami Callihan. Like that's a guy who's could go to that edge too.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think there's a lot of potential there, but back to Ian's question real quick, but we cover it as much as we can. We cover as much wrestling as we can. We show up all hours of the night. We got our big WrestleMania marathons coming up. But yeah, if we can get our hands on a GCW card and there isn't a bunch of other things going on, we try and sit down for it. We're definitely here for Bloodsport. Like I said, we are here on Sunday for the People Verse GCW, and we'll catch as many shows, including Revolver, House of Glory, New Japan. Sometimes we'll do like a battle chip wrestling, whatever. We get
Battleground, yeah. Well, and we do still have the Super Bowl stream coming up as well.
Our Super Bowl party. Yes, don't miss that one.
Which hopefully will be the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington Commanders.
I'm hoping that's good for business.
You're going to be a fucking Commanders fan. Well, and then, hey, then instead of going at Wheezy for being a Lions fan, I can go at AJ Francis for being a fucking Commanders fan, or former Commander, actually, too.
Yeah. I am the Commander.
I am the Commander. When you think of Washington, you see this face.
Right? So I'll happily play that role. Spaz, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Jose, good to see you. Kenny, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ricky Starks is in action tomorrow versus Charles Mason. House of Glory and Zilla versus Rhino. Zilla versus Rhino sounds like an absolute collision. Mason and Ricky is going to be a fun match.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Zilla versus Rhino sounds like an Oklahoma drill of just line up and see who can tackle who first.
Right. Oh, yeah. Just like just absolute fucking juggernauts running at each other. It's insane. But this one's kind of funny. Do you guys cover Robot Wars? Not yet, but we have discussed doing Antique Roadshow.
Yeah, well, and I think there was, Days of Our Lives was discussed at one point too,
yes,
as well, and everything.
Yeah,
right. So we might be into the sappy romances and all of that. Jose also did pop me earlier with the howdy ho neighborinos.
Right. Where was it? What's up, ABJ?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, howdy ho neighborinos.
Perfect.
Right.
As we are just under 3 minutes away from the start of the show.
There you go. I like Alexis, Nick. No Bills versus the Eagles. No, because fuck the tush push, and also because Saquon Barkley would run roughshod over the Buffalo Bills because we don't have a great run defense.
No, and he can run.
Yeah, man, broke a fucking rushing record, or was just about to.
Right. We do have. Yeah, there you go.
Spaz with a $10 super chat saying Sticky Icky and KYJ. I think you got the worst out of that one than I did.
I did. You're sticky, I'm slippery. What the hell's going on here?
Slip and slide.
Some slide.
Whole juice. Nobody.
Let's go. Happy Friday.
What up, my guys? Big love. Rumble just went over 60,000 tickets sold. Mud Show can't even sell 3,000 in their home tomorrow night. 20 times the tickets.
Yeah.
Do you work for them, Spaz? I didn't know you worked for them. Like, I get it, but you're cheering for a company that you don't work for.
Right. Was it JBL online taking a bunch of heat for saying that, it's not the same? When he was asked about Saturday Night Main Event going up against AEW, and he's just like, it's not WCW. It's not the same. It's not on the same level. It's not the same feeling. Like,
we caught heat for being honest.
Well, again, you're always going to get heat for being honest, and some people didn't like him being honest. Oh, that's bullshit. Of course he's saying that. He's on a Legends deal.
It's so funny, though, because the AW tribe, and that's what they are at this point. If you're a diehard, if you have, F the Fed in your Twitter bio, I just don't want to deal with you and all of that. But if you're part of that tribe, that's the infighting's over there now at this point.
Right.
They're cannibalizing each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Jose, thank you for the super chat. 6 nights in a row. We're going 7. We're back tomorrow, so it's going to be a fun one. But yeah, man, I mean, it's so funny. Anytime someone comes, Mark Henry, they're like, what I love is you find the guys that had been tweeting about how great somebody is for months, and then when they change their opinion, and then the tweets that just splurt out of I hate him. He's a loser. He was always a loser. You're like, dude, scroll up, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but still, always go to click on those accounts, and they have 13 followers or something like that. They just a Twitter account started today. Those are, I feel, are all bots. Tony Khan,
right? But ladies and gentlemen, we at 7 seconds before the start of SmackDown. Get in that chat. Be a friend. Tell a friend. We want to see triple digits in the chat tonight. Going to be a fun one. Nick and I are going to sync up. You at home can do the same. We will let you know what we see on our screen. If you want to pause, rewind, whatever you got to do to try and do what we do. Good luck.
Right. Well, Roddy out there, I'm enjoying figure skating. I'm glad it's over, Roddy.
Nothing wrong with some figure skating.
Yeah, in Boston, I see you. We can built the whole defense around stopping him. We still couldn't stop Lamar. So don't tell me I don't know my team.
Oh, getting deep.
Right. As I've got then.
I got then. So I'm like a hiccup.
I got now.
I have now.
There we go.
Netflix. We are forever.
Forever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our sync. We are on the forever. Now we get together. So if you want to sync up and follow along with us, there you go. There you go. But the show is off and running. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Let us know how you feel tonight as we go through 3 hours of SmackDown.
Right, as we're in Austin, Texas out here. Everybody running shows out here in Texas. We got All-Ins coming to Texas. We just had TNA last night in San Antonio, Saturday Night Main Events in San Antonio. We're out here in Austin.
Came out of oh, look at Jacob, man.
He just came from robbing a convenience store.
That's shit. LA Knight in the house.
Yeah, but every time you see Jacob Fatu, that's a human being. You look at him and you're like, I know I'm in for a bad time. Don't confront this human being.
He's a guy that like makes you uneasy if you're in the same area. You're just like, I don't know what he's going to do.
Is somebody going to get hurt real bad?
I just know whatever he decides to do, he's going to do it, whether we like it or not.
I don't have a choice in the matter. Yeah, it's just going to happen.
I hope he chooses hang out and just be happy because...
Hey, Testator in the ring.
Joey in the ring. I think he's going to do, I think someone mentioned in the chat, this will be Cody Rhodes. They still got music playing.
One-on-one opportunity right here tonight.
Little bit of a production botch out of the gate tonight.
Ooh.
The American Nightmare. Sorry?
No, I was just saying the American Nightmare.
Texas, yeah, Texas is on a boom. A lot of people moved to Texas. A lot of people, yeah, I don't know.
Get Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan and Kill Tony. Everybody moved.
Exactly. The comedy scenes moved to Texas.
I laugh a lot though because Tony acts like it was all him. I'm like, dude, you're just friends with a guy.
You're just a friend of a friend.
You know, all due respect, sir. You're just a friend of a friend.
Right. Kyle, yes, it was Tiffy time backstage. Oh, that of Jose. Jacob Fatu is that dude who's like, I'm funny to you. How? Like I'm a clown to you?
Yeah.
He is very much. He's just big ass Samoan Joe Pesci.
Right. As we get all the pyro. What a fucking entrance, bro. Kills me. And the crowd's insane.
Such Homelander vibes, though. Like, I can very much see how he can go heel with this.
Oh, I mean, again, I always felt because Cody is so dry at times, it's not hard for him to go heel. It's not his thing. He doesn't want to do it. Maybe he will.
I don't give a shit what you want to do. This is what you're gonna do.
Right? That was a big issue in AEW where everybody was pushing him, including the fans. Go heel, go heel. He's like, nah, go home.
But he just does have that natural. What is it? Something with the way he cuts a promo? What that he like comes across as like unauthentic?
Yeah, well, I think it's because he gives politician vibes, and when it comes to a lot of his promos, he's very polished. So it goes from being kind of proud hero to arrogant really quick.
He's Superman. You're too polished. You're too good.
Polished, yeah. No, you gave the best example, Homelander. Like,
oh yeah, well, that he fucking looks like the goddamn guy, even when he comes out and everything. He's out there signing the kid's mask and all that.
Right. That's the perfect thing. Like Homelander was so polished and so produced that it's that thin of a line for it to be you know, the good guy or just a complete prick. And Cody has it in him. We probably will get it, but I don't think we get it for like 2027, 2028.
Oh no, we'll get tinges of it if we get him versus Cena at Mania, like been talked about, rumored about. We'll get tinges.
That's why I don't think we're getting Cody Cena at WrestleMania. I really don't think it. I'll be shocked.
We can talk in a commercial or whatever, then what you think we'd get instead of that. Yeah.
Hey, if Cena won the Rumble and Cena picks Gunther, we're all fucking in. Let's go. And he's more likely to win that title.
Yeah. Do you think Gunther retains the title all the way to Mania?
He could. I mean, he's a fucking beast. Who's going to beat him?
I mean, theoretically, if we want to sell people to watch Saturday Night Main Event, then Jey Uso should want to fucking beat him.
Shut up, KJ. Somebody can beat him.
Right, if you want to sell the fucking product, Tony Schiavone, then you might want to act like the guy that we have challenging for him tomorrow night might beat him. Fucking Excalibur out there. Cody cutting a promo. I'm glad we've gotten away from those. So, what do you guys want to talk about? It became so much of a fucking thing unto itself.
It started becoming like boss time. Like, stop saying it.
I need to ask you during a commercial about Harley Cameron, Mercedes Moné, and why is this getting over?
Because we love Harley, folks. I want to see you on Twitter. Your hashtag we want Harley. Your hashtags need to go around.
I don't want to see your hashtags.
I don't want to see them, but get your we want Harley hashtags out. Tag us. Put a picture on it. Put a GIF on it. Put something on it. But yeah, we want Harley. Let's push her to the top.
Make this happen. That KJ's got an interview on the channel. Harley Cameron.
Let's go. I think she's
Make
great.
It so. I believe in people power, and so make it so.
Right? They need more people with personality on that show. You can't just keep funneling out guy that does flippy tricks #1, guy that does flippy tricks.
Is that show so void of character that Harley Cameron is deemed as fantastic, though? Like, that's the thing, though. Is you sat here and threw her into WWE, she's just there. She's on NXT in the background.
They're booing. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
Kevin Owens.
Remember the locker room, this whole ecosystem? What were we saying?
See, and that's part of the problem where people get mad at them. Like, what are you talking about? Ecosystems. Can you just say the locker room?
Come it down for me. Why do we use the big syllable words? Use the small one.
We get it. You read, you pompous asshole.
We get it. You educated. Look at you out there with your book learning.
He's boring me right now, to be honest.
But that's, you said it though, he's just so, it feels polished. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like that's what he would really say right now in this moment. It feels very much like this is what is the best answer to say.
Yeah. And then a lot of his promos, and you're 100% right. And a lot of those promos, it has the same, like, he comes on, starts talking dramatically, quietly, and then he amps up, and then he amps up, and he starts yelling, and then he gets quiet again. Like, it's very
acting versus authentic.
That's it, right? I mean, that's where Cody would make a great heel. Him and his wife together. She's a natural heel.
The only time authentic or acting comes before authentic is in a dictionary.
Oh, I like it. Pause.
Well, and even Test, like, what the fuck is this? Like, though, Testor asked him a question, and he's all like, "What are you doing? What are you fucking smelling right now? Oh my god, why are you got this face about you?"
Nick put a lot of P on Polish. Polish. That's
Polish.
Polish. Right?
is why I got the pop filter. Hopefully it's working. If not, I apologize.
Right.
I just assaulted your earbuds for unnecessary
For
reasons.
no reason too.
Right.
And over.
His neck tattoo is wild.
He's probably the most mild guy I've ever seen with a neck tattoo.
Yeah, you see a guy with a neck tattoo. They're riding a bike. They're might steal something, what have you. This guy's out here in suits, in ties, mild mannered. I am the student of Randy Orton. Oh, so this is where he's tying this in back into Randy, who we could see at the Rumble. Do we see him at? It won't have to be at the Rumble actually, because only the contract signing at Saturday Night Main Event. Randy popped back up.
Randy could be a factor at Rumble. That's my big concern. Ladder match, KO looks like he's about to get it. RKO to nowhere. I don't know.
I'm gonna just click on this because this is funny to me. As Cody's done his promo that I missed the vast majority of, but I feel like it was Cody Rhodes at Royal Rumble. I'm gonna kick your ass because I'm tough and I'm the son of Cody Rhodes or Dustin Rhodes and all that. Yeah,
I don't even know what to say to it. I don't know how to answer that.
Apparently, dogs just be barking at you. You're out there. You're the leader of the Hellhounds. You're Brody King.
You're big in the canine rating for us.
Yeah, right. I'm the canine god instead of the demo god.
Right.
No, you're just out there of like Brody King. We bark together. What?
Right. There's the answer. If you had horses, they would hang on every word.
They'd be pulling them down. They'd be chasing them.
Right. Oh, we got DIY talking Pretty Deadly, by the way.
Right. Well, they've got the little partnership, remember, because they were the ones, involved with all this. Yeah.
I say both might get his Sweet Chin music. I highly doubt it.
Oh.
It's a good question. I get it, though. I don't something about it. I think it's the half shirt. Or the quarter shirt, or whatever, the partial shirt, the sleeve.
They're very Elton John.
But it's not even that. It's just the sleeves. Like, it's like we know there's supposed to be more fabric, so it feels weird that there's.
I don't know. I mean, if you saw the certain pictures that Jade Cargill even posted and everything, Ariola's, you should be used to by now. She posted a picture and things was popping and locking and dropping and all that.
Oh, speaking of that, folks, you pop into the chat, say hello, make sure you hit like, subscribe. As MCMG coming out to take on Pretty Deadly. We'll put this in the poll.
That was a hell of a transition. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate Lady B saying, what in the Pretty Ringling Brothers are these outfits?
They kill me. Like, I mean, again, like, I hate them, but I'm good with it. Like, I understand why I hate these guys. What's that?
I was just quoting John C. saying Rocket Man.
Oh, I thought you were singing right. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, well, both.
Hold me closer, Tony.
Tony Khan. Well, I love that the term Guantanamo Bay has become a thing.
Guantanamo Bay.
Well, now because as Motor City Machine Guns come out, so we go into a commercial so I can perfectly time this and say this. So we talked about Britt Baker and everything like that, the whole drama, the whole everything percolating, populating of she's pretty much going to be put on the bench, put on ice when it comes to AEW. She's got at least a year and a half left on her contract, not including injury time, according to, Overlord SRS and all that. So, yeah.
Okay.
So she's like on the shelf. Well, it's like you even said in the group chat of like Tony Khan's denied Ricky Stark's request for release. It's like, no shit, because that's just Tony Khan.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's become a very consistent storyline narrative The word is that Camille got out real quick, and for whatever reason, she was able to probably, make him fear for his life enough that he just released her. That was supposed to be a big deal. We've seen, I think we said it the other night, even seen someone like Action Bronson come up and go, I didn't like it. They just left me on, they left me on fucking red, man. It's bullshit. I think it's more and more Brit Wardlow. This list of the Starkses and so on and so on and so on that seem to be on this no fly, no AEW, no elite, whatever
no book zone.
What?
And the no book zone.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. To me, it blows my mind because it's so unprofessional, right? Like if anyone's ever had a job where your boss just stops calling, like that is ridiculous. Like Deanna Peraza comes out. I see the chat getting spammed right now, but Deanna, another one saying, well, and again, I haven't heard her say it, but you could imagine why her and Taya, like Deanna's got more wrestling ability than half their roster in her big toe, and she can't get in a ring on a Wednesday.
Well, her and Taya have been misused for a long time. Christ, you've got Serena Deeb still. We've even talked about Thunder Rosa. Chris Statlander is finally coming back around. Jamie Hayter a little bit coming back around. Like they've really managed to, mishandle their entire women's division. And you said a mass exodus is coming and everything. I think he'll just keep everybody on ice. And the fact that it's so public, though, like we both, you're like you mentioned before, you're a fan of the Leafs, I'm a fan of the Bills and everything like that. You can have a locker room thing, but when it spills out publicly, that's a huge fucking deal. AEW seems to have that happen once a goddamn week, if not once a goddamn day.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's something that's usually kept inside. Again, part of why the business practices haven't been good and haven't helped the company at all. I think ultimately, again, a max and people online get mad about this. When I say mass exodus, again, when you get a big chunk of your roster doesn't want to be there anymore, the whole place gets toxic. And when you have toxic people at the top, controlling how people feel and how much they can and can't be booked and get everything they want, it makes for a horrible workplace. And I don't mean they're all like 40 wrestlers are going to show up on WWE next month. I mean, over time, there's going to be this big exodus of people that signed 2-3 years ago that feel duped, feel like they never got what they wanted. But the best part of all this, Nick, it's not about the dub. WWE is an option. But you can go to New Japan now. They're rebuilding. TNA is a viable option. MLW is on one of the better runs they've ever had. Like as far as consistency, there's options. We're good, and a lot of the wrestlers are watching and seeing what other guys are doing, like an Ali and stuff. Wait, you can be like a Cardona and work the Indies, but then maybe you end up like a Mance who ends up on TNA, who then ends up in an NXT, that maybe ends up elsewhere. We've watched Penta. Like people are watching all of this.
Oh, very much the pro wrestling ecosystem is at a much stronger point. I think it is now than when AW arrived. And I think that was
all right.
If you ain't subscribed to Wrestling for Life, it'd be not cooler if you did. All right.
Funny, he made that movie like 35, 40 years ago, and that's probably the first thing I ever know.
He's on the fucking Calm app and everything, and trust me, coming off the streams and you have a little bit of vitamins and everything in you, and you just listen to, all right, I'm Matthew McConaughey, and I'm gonna tell you a bedtime story. You fucking falling asleep like a goddamn baby.
Right. As here comes Pretty Deadly, the only tag team in wrestling that gets their own disco ball.
Because they don't have any balls between them.
Take that as you want.
Right, but yeah, for everything to be so public with AW and all that, like, just motherfuck, like, can no one keep a secret in that locker room? And I do mean anybody.
Yeah, I mean, again, ultimately, my desire is that it's good. Like this week, I was happy with the show. I was very clear about what I felt were flaws or problems. I'm concerned for AEW because a lot of people have said as long as Tony has the money, the AEW is fine. But if you lose the fans, if you lose the talent, you got what are you putting on? It doesn't matter how much money you have. So you're paying.
It'll still exist, but that's what I guess
I'm
what I
not
was
saying
initially
wrong.
trying to get at and everything like that before I got distracted with McConaughey of that the pro wrestling ecosystem is a lot stronger now
Yeah.
than it is 5 years ago when AEW showed up and they were the biggest, best, the only alternative. Now, like you mentioned, there's TNA, there's MLW, there's New Japan. Getting Tom Pestock, Baron Corbin's choosing to go more New Japan route versus hopping right into AEW. So now AEW is not the only other go-to option here.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, it's exciting times, and I think if you want to be a professional wrestler, I mean, even a Deanna and Taya looking at the options of being like, man, if we can get out of our contracts, we go back to TNA and do just fine. They don't have to go elsewhere. They could go help that knockouts division, which it does need a little bit of help right now.
Right. As we are in a way, folks, with Pretty Deadly versus Motor City Machine Guns.
71. Oh, sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
71% of the chat taking MCMG, 20% for Pretty Deadly, and 8% for Nobody.
There you go. There you go. But I've got, I believe, Elton Prince and Saban and Shelley playing Ring Around the Rosie, Step Up in Zaguri.
Tiffany Stratton live tonight, by the way, for those hoping for some Tiffy time.
Absolutely Tiffy time. But yeah, Frank Reggio, what up? Nick Bray, I saw you. I'm just mentioning names that I seen. Larry, what up? Didn't Disco Inferno have a disco ball? There, Larry calling you on your shenanigans.
Well, I mean, currently you dink.
Active performer.
I didn't say ever.
Ever, forever.
2 count by MCMG right now.
Well, I got Saban whipped in the corner.
Oh,
elbows all around, dumped outside. Is he there?
Angry Orchid Hard Cider. That rolls out. There you go.
Angry Orchard. I've never been a big fan of hard cider, but y'all can have that. I get it. It's different strokes for different folks. It just don't work for me.
There's only one I wouldn't say only one, but I'm not a huge fan, but every once in a while it's not bad.
The last time I drank any bit of like hard cider, I have actually really kind of halfway funny story with it if I can fully remember it, but we'll save that for members only as I'm in commercial right now.
Currently I have the visual just muted. Now the sound came back.
There you go. Well, closest to, I guess, commercial for you. I don't know. Maybe you have Netflix.
It was a little quiet spot. But yeah, no, I mean, ultimately, we're still rolling here, folks. But we are on a commercial break for some of you out there. Again, we'll talk more about it with the Netflix Max debate, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff to get into tonight. But we got 2 more plus hours to go.
Absolutely. As KJ's taking a pause for the cause, so 100%. This is where you click the button.
I don't want to.
You asked for it. But anyways, yes, absolutely. KJ's taking a pause for the cause. I'm in a commercial break as we're about a half hour through Friday Night Smackdown. Jose, I consider whiskey, apple juice, boss. What the hell? Are we having AA right now in the chat of I consider whiskey apple juice? My guy, you don't need to brag like that. Trust me. I like myself, my whiskeys and my bourbons and all that. Trust me, shout out. I got a whiskey glass that I can put my stogie right in the side of it. Yeah, that too, yeah. But shout out saying it's just apple juice. Like getting Jesse Ventura, I got time to bleed with that. Roll Tide 724, huh? Christian, Nick, if you Bills lose on Sunday, I will provide you some therapy like Dr. Shelby. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Christian, but I appreciate it. I will say that, but I also appreciate 100% as we're, like I said, we're about an hour almost into the stream. We're about a half hour into Friday Night SmackDown. 100%. We're on the road to 7K. We're closer ever and ever to 6.3K. Let's see if we can get to at least that by tonight. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. As Frank saying, Hooba stink sounds like it hurts when coming out in the restroom. Oh, Lord. Now you're going to halfway get me into my whole discussion of like Creed and Pearl Jam are the same band, and you get KJ mad. But how are we feeling so far, folks? Half hour into Friday Night SmackDown. Are we excited? Are we jazzed for what we've got now for what, at least for a little bit, it's going to be 3-hour SmackDowns? All that. Alicia, hello guys, SmackDown Live, 2:23 a.m. Nigeria time. So what's the time over there? Right now, I'm at 8:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. But yeah, so little bit of a difference as I'm back in action. As I've got, I'm going to be terrible and forget his name. I had Elton Prince. Come on, don't fail me now. Kate Wilson. And I feel like I actually probably have them backwards. But yeah, you can have that. 444, Cal, what up, what up, what up? All is now quiet here. Nick, you got 5 paws up. There we go. I guess I'm winning in the fucking, K9 poll there. Kip Wilson, thank you. Which one? Dark hair, blonde hair. So no more Bloodline 2.0. Allegedly, I hadn't heard this story or anything like that. I'm 828. From the fucking future, I'm at 827 right now. But 826 in Maryland, it's the fucking Mandela effect. We all don't know what time it is. But yeah, no, I don't. Enziguri from Saban on to Kit Wilson, I'm assuming. But yeah, I've heard the story, I guess, or KJ brought it up, of that the Bloodline 2.0 may be no more, or the name may be no more. I don't know what you call now, essentially, Fatu and the Toggins. Maybe that's the name you call it. But I even saw Tama Tonga put out their, blood in, blood out. So could they go after Solo here a little bit? Could this be, hired gun mercenary rule here? Because it's still very interesting. We still all there's people that still think Dwayne's going to be involved in this, even though he might not be, probably isn't. Where Jacob falls in this, where Heyman putting over Gorillas of Destiny and Jacob of how, they're only here because of Solo, and now Solo failed them. Is it the hyenas going after Scar? All of that as Motor City dive through Tope on the outside. So Saban taking everybody out. Kid is the dark haired one with less chest hair and his flute. Thank you. All right. So I was right. So Kit Wilson, and now I'm forgetting his other partner, Elton Prince. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. There we go. Learning out here. Yeah, if I dress like that, my wife would leave. Well, at least you got that. If I shave my beard, I think my wife wouldn't know who I am. I think we've actually discussed it, yeah. I'm hearing that Fatu will be referred to as the tribal wolf from here on out. Cal, I know where you're going with that because I've saw like the merch that he's got a new shirt on WWE Shop. That's like basically the tribal wolf pack shirt, if anything. It's a little bit closer to the Samoan werewolf, but WWE can still own it. I don't know how much I buy into it, how much I dislike it. I kind of just want to see where it goes with it more than anything. I'll say that. Pretty Jose, I shouldn't have clicked on that. They broke the ring, didn't they? What? No. New Samoan SWAT team, Christopher Cox. That's what I've been saying. Is there even such thing as a TMI in this chat anymore? Well, there's you're doing too much. I'll give you that, or something close to that. But yeah, no, I don't know. Motor City just running roughshod. Oh, double big kick, tagging to Shelly. Shelly up top. Neck breaker splash. 1, 2, 3. As Motor City picks up the win. Shelly with the pinfall. Absolutely. So Motor City Machine Guns picks up the win over Pretty Deadly. Damn, it looked like Shelly ate the out of the code breaker. I missed. 1-0. MDB, I feel like you're probably the one I trust here. 0-1. 1-0. Dash 8. 0-0. At least I feel that's definitely some honesty. 1-0. An okay match. All right. I mean, I don't know where it is with, Motor City when it comes to the tag division. Is it the intro? Is it who they faced? What have you? Could they deal with a little fluff and stuff? As I've got the Miz talking to Aldis backstage right now. Are we trying? Is he trying to get like a Miz TV, or is he trying to get over like Miz on a SmackDown? Oh, Aldis calling him on it. Are you trying to get over to SmackDown? Hey. So Nick Aldis pointing out right there that the Miz just got moved to SmackDown on his own. I wish I heard what Aldis just said there, what whispered to him. But yeah, very much Miz just got moved to SmackDown, as tonight we're getting Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus B-Fab and Mission Mia Yim. I actually don't dislike that tag match at all, and I really like what they're doing with B-Fab lately. But yeah, Miz moving over to SmackDown. Miz and his friends are they going to end up moving everybody? Are they going to end up moving that whole storyline over to SmackDown? Because the Miz instantly even points out of like, what are you talking about? The Wyatts are over here. Why are you going to do this to me? So the Miz is the latest person moved over from Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown. As I'm again in a commercial break right now, folks. Miz is about to be haunted. Yes, TJ, Frank. You think a title change from TNA and WWE will ever happen? Expound upon that. Like, do you mean that you'd get a title of NXT title change on TNA? Because I thought we almost were going to see that last night. Do you think that we're going to get a TNA title change on WWE? Expound. Jose, Miz, these are truth. Perhaps. Larry, what up? John C, Mega, Andy B. 1, 2, 3. Trying to scroll down if my mouse will not fight me. Bash it. The Miz would be a great mouthpiece for Wardlow. Ooh. I swear, Wardlow is 100% one of those guys that's out there just waiting, running out the clock of he's just got a calendar on his fridge that he's checking off every day, that he's no longer under contract with AEW. And for it to be so weird and so public and all of that, like, what the fuck is that with a company? Like, I don't even recall, honestly, and someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't recall seeing VKM or anybody like that, like, almost actively and pointedly putting someone on ice, like, to where you know they're there, but we're not gonna use them. We know where they would work in this storyline. We're gonna actively say, "I wish I could book them," but just not. Like, what? Mixed Nick's picks for of Wyatt 6. That was a lot to say, but George, I'll agree with you, whatever that might have meant. Yeah, fair enough. Miz walking backstage, the lights go out, all you hear is, how does that? Ooh, interesting. Say what you want about Vince. He wouldn't put wrestlers on ice to this extent. He would want to get his money's worth. Well, honestly, is the biggest example Brett, because he had Brett, he had signed Brett to what? Like a 20-year contract or something ridiculous. That was nowhere anything that he could meet or anything. And once he realized, I can't meet this, like, you're going to put me out of business if I have to honor this. Go find what you can get. Go call WCW and see what you can get back from them. Versus, hi, I don't want to say you were put on ice, so I don't know how to transition back to you. But hi, sir.
What up?
How do you feel of now? I was going on about, well, A, Miz is now on SmackDown, and B, AEW so much publicly has put wrestlers on ice.
Well, first and foremost, the tag match was a really, really good match. I really enjoyed it. Big win for MCMG. But Pretty Deadly can go. Like, I know we laugh about their gimmick, but they can go. So that's a good plus. Two, yeah, I think that's very interesting, because we felt like the Wyatts have been on a bit cold, and I don't know if the Miz does it, if it works. Now, who are the Miz's new friends going to be? We'll find out. But well, like, that's one of their kind of balls that they haven't really picked up and ran with. That, as far as AEW putting certain people on ice, I mean, the list is getting too long. And again, at what point do you have a revolt? When does the unhappy people start outweighing the happy people?
Well, I think now the unhappy people are getting a lot more vocal and have a much more clear avenue to talk about how they're unhappy. Well, like even 444, let's not act like WWE's catering wasn't looking like a high school cafeteria. Fair enough, but that also wasn't getting out daily, weekly.
Do you see this? Sorry, this like
no, 100%. All right, so choose your fighter.
Inputting data.
Test.
22
You're right.
This is amazing. 20-inch neck, 49-inch chest.
But this is again what I love with this. Of you put Jacob Fatu in the ring with anybody, and especially put him in with like a fucking hoss like Braun Strowman right now. He instantly looks like a war machine out there. He's just a weapon of mass. He's a Samoan of mass destruction right now. Is Jacob Fatu?
Yeah, he's on the next level, and again, he has. That's such a cool hype video for this match. Like, honestly, if you haven't been watching, you are instantly intrigued by what's going to happen here. And I mean, Strowman's a monster. As big as Jacob is, Strowman's way bigger.
You want to know how you get over two big heavyweights and everything like that? You do a tail of the tape. You show how big that motherfucker is next to that motherfucker.
Yeah, and that was a really cool way to do it. That was really cool. It had like that Terminator vibe to it, that video game vibe, like you pointed out.
Right.
All that neck.
Matthew McConaughey is directly right behind Barrett and Kevin.
Kevin, is that Juicy Fatu? No.
No, he just ball. That's differently abled Iglesias.
Yeah,
You
you
actually
make
made me miss Michael
Cole.
Cole. Kevin hasn't changed since Monday. Let that be noted. Let that be noted.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you, TJ. I'm with you. Give this man the belt. Let him win it.
What Cody Rhodes does to his best friend, this again, it works so well because Kevin's right. Kevin is 100%. You can make sense of everything Kevin says.
Yeah, and he's getting large boos right now, Nick. What are you looking at, McConaughey?
What are you looking at, McConaughey? Stun McConaughey. Stun McConaughey.
KO or KO Hart. KO Hart, let's go.
Who's a more bitter Canadian, Bret Hart or Kevin Owens?
Right? Bret Hart is driving that bitter.
Hart is just salt.
Oh, we got company. Jimmy, you're lucky, KO says to Matthew.
Oh.
Jimmy coming out to have a shit. Well, it doesn't look like he's ready to. Oh, he's got a mic.
Yeah, he got a mic. He got a little conversation. Yeah, I mean, he's already geared up to have a match. So,
yeah. What is this? Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yeah, Timmy. Can I help you with anything?
No, we're fighting. We're fighting.
Matthew, Botchamania, you talk too much. Bam.
Big super kick. Down goes KO. Jimmy.
I know yours and mine's answer. Oh, as KO rolls out, but I was gonna say I know our answer. I was gonna ask the chat of whether you'd rather have the Jimmy Uso like jersey #1 that he's got on and everything, or the KO, son of a security technician.
I want that one.
We actually have this whole company to where we could make that one and everything. We just very ever so slightly, we just find another, common occupation.
Right? Too much talk. You barely, yeah. I mean, he called it.
You talk too much. Same, and he's wearing a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, heart t-shirt here.
Now here comes Piper. Clear.
Secret security Piper.
So good. It's so good. It is so good.
Absolutely. And it's gotten Piper over in a different avenue. Like, it's embraced that she has a character.
She has a character. She's part of the story. She's part of this. Eventually, she won't be. But Chelsea Green has been outstanding. And as the U.S. champion, this whole kind of change up they did, and with Piper being like Secret Service and shit, it works so well.
Does she be the one that ultimately turns on Chelsea and
she will
ends up beating her for the belt?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it has to go for a while and it has to matter, and then eventually people want to see Piper break free and they start cheering for her. So again, organically, I think there's an opportunity there eventually.
Right. Well, trying to segue into organically going for a while here. I'm gonna be right back.
Nick, taking a pause for the cause, folks. We got more coming your way. We got more to talk about. We got more to get into. Right now, I have the video package. They roll about 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from the return of the show, and we are rolling. Don't forget, tomorrow we are back for Saturday night main event. It's going to be a fun one. Also, everyone out there, do not forget, we just launched our Tea Time Tony t-shirts. Make sure you get them today. They are hot off the presses. Go give our man Tony some love. Mr. Ringside Anthony with his first t-shirt here on the show. So go get that, or you can get your Jared Hogan t-shirt, or you can get your Real Reaction Crimea River t-shirt, or your all the t-shirts, all the hoodies, all the tank tops, mugs, hats, and all the other fun stuff. So make sure you go check out our store today. Oh, but I effectively killed 30 seconds. Back to the chat. How we doing? How we doing? How we feeling about SmackDown? Sami Zayn forever, more like never. Oh, you got to give Sammy some love, my guy. Killing me, Smalls. Here's talk show idea for Chelsea Green, Chelsea USA. All right, maybe. We'll see. Too many talk shows. This gimmick for Piper is doing what the Wolf Dogs did for Braun Breaker a little bit. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Definitely bringing out a little more personality, a little more comedic side to her. Always the very serious, kind of heavy, no offense, but definitely in that booked in that way. A little more pizzazz from Piper now, a little more energy. I love it. I absolutely love this. Jimmy Uso's on fire. Jimmy's good. Jimmy rolling. Jimmy's been hampered by injury, but I think if we can get some consistent work out of Jimmy can make people talk. KJ, do you how do you feel about your fellow countryman or countrywoman, Chelsea, doing the red, white, and blue? I mean, she's the U.S. champ. You got to do what you got to do. It is what it is. I mean, she'll come back home. Everybody does. Jericho is the best Canadian ever. No. I want to see Mission take the title from Chelsea. Again, I don't mind the build. And again, I think we talked about this during the tournament. If Chelsea won it, it's a chance for Mission to kind of get over by chasing down the heel. We'll see how it works. How'd you feel if Kevin Federline, not KO, not KJ, KF? The PBR team with a giant belt buckle. Holy shit. The largest belt buckle in the world is on SmackDown, folks. Yeah, not likely. Our Tony, a hundo. Absolutely true, my guy. Breaking news tonight, Jimmy versus KO, folks. There we go. Not a lot of matches announced for the night, but they're coming hot and heavy as we roll along. KO, Jimmy should absolutely cook. You ought to make an English-speaking Are You How t-shirt. That's not bad, big dog. But I'm trying to keep up. There's a lot of requests. Mello in the back talking with Aldis. I have been lurking, but I just hear what I thought I heard. What did you think you heard? I'm not confessing anything. I'd rather run through Legos before barefoot than give Sammy some love. Bro, you're missing out. He's fun. He's a good time. Come on now. Oh, so Carmelo says he's waiting for Braun Strowman. Could he be a factor in the match? Jersey J Cup tournament is stacked. 16 competitors. Already announced February 15th and 16th. That it is, my friend. I think a bigger tournament than usual. But here comes Chelsea Green and Piper Nivens. Jimmy Rollins, the second baseman for the Phillies. Let's go. Thank you. That's much better. The driver of the bitter bus might be the best Canadian ever. I accept that answer too, Wrestling Proud. I will accept that. That seems quite reasonable. Best Canadian, Shatner. Didn't even know he was Canadian until I was like 30. Brett is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. The border horses will be on the look. Be careful. We might leave you down there like we did with Chris Jericho. You can't have him back. The first SmackDown in Austin was a day after my 7th birthday. Fun fact. Well, that's adorable. Shout out to 7-year-old Knee Pad Patrol. I'm the PBR drinking champion. As we are going to replay a Mission and Nivens, or how this match came to be between coming out of the match between Mission and Nivens last week. And how do you guys feel about B-Fab getting some love? B-Fab in the mix. Jim Carrey might be one of the greatest Canadians ever. Absolutely. We export a lot of funny to the U.S. Captain America, Chelsea. Mission out first. Be fabulous. Her entrance is outstanding. I can get behind him, unlike Shammy. Oh, if you can get behind Carmelo, you're going to get more behind Carmelo Hayes than Sami Zayn. My guy. You're killing me. Killing me, bro. Why don't they do a super heel Natty, give her a faction like the Hart Foundation take over? I think because Natty is not great with the microphone. That is one of the issues with Natty. Hall of Famer, surefire Hall of Famer, an outstanding talent. I just don't know if you make her the leader of a faction, will it work? I think that's one of the problems we're having right now with PFC is nobody really stands out as that strong personality that can own a room. I don't think any one of them are great promos, so it's hurting them. Sammy is good in the ring, but that dude's whole gimmick. Listen, he's a good old Canadian. He just wants peace, love, and prosperity. He wants happiness for all. Can't we support a man in his dream to have everyone just happy? Well, don't miss KJ. Fair. He's been missing lately, though. Mission should have a move called the Michinoku Driver. Green and Nevin for the win. Yeah, I didn't even put a poll up. I apologize, folks. Did not even ask you guys how you felt about this particular match. Let me know who wins tonight. Oh, damn it. There we go. Mission doing a twerk, though she does maybe not have the most ability or assets to do so. Got Mia Yim team for the win. Yeah, you see it there. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Green and Piper, Mission B-Fab. I'm going to go Mission B-Fab. Sets up future matches. Mia Yim for the win. Makes sense. AK Tom Pistock changed his name to Bishop Dyer. I did hear this as well. So Corbin out there, he goes back to his own name for a match, becoming Tom Pistock. Interesting. And he is opting to go by Bishop Dyer. Not great, but okay. Christian, the same way Mahomes pitches his. Oh. Flapjacks need love too. Facts. But right now, Piper in the ring misses the drop. Mission rolling towards the corner. B-Fab reaching for that tag, folks. Why? I don't know. He's a Dyer. Does he do it often? Multiple times a week? I don't quite know. Mission for the win. Let's see what the chat's saying. 57% is on Team Mission right now. Curious how many people pick nobody. Oh, Wade comparing B-Fab to Stacy Keibler. Do you think John appears next week on Raw or SmackDown before the Rumble? I don't know. I really don't, dude. He just seems to pop up like a whack-a-mole and blow off someone's head and then leave again. It's the craziest thing in 2025 that JBL just randomly shows up at shows and mashes people. And then the only show he didn't do anything in was that Raw. He just sat there and talked and smiled. So, wow, B-Fab getting pancaked. Watch out. We got a blind tag. Shotgun drop kick. Shout out to W4L Beyond the Bell podcast. Shout out right back, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see Corbin Burnson. I accept that. as Michigan gets the pin on Chelsea. There you go. There you go. There you go. The U.S. champion is pinned. I like the Baron. Yeah, go Baron Corbin. There was options. I don't know if Dyer was the right one. Carmelo's still in all this is office waiting for Braun Strowman, apparently. 2-0, 1-1, 1-1, 2-0. Uh-oh. Damian Priest. Oh, I'm anxious to get started. Damian Priest, a part of SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like Damian Priest is going to wrestle Carmelo Hayes, and he is a member of SmackDown. I'm ready to punish, says Damian. So new beginnings. So a lot of the transfers picking up, folks. Damian Priest to SmackDown. How do you feel about it? And we got Tiffy. So the good news is my partner will be back momentarily as we are getting Tiffy time up next. She pinned the champ. Priest is on SmackDown. Yes, he is. I thought it was an okay match. Lengthwise, I thought, it was what it was. It didn't feel super short. Finally, Priest away from the Judgment Day. Yeah, that's what the benefit of this is, Frank. I think in a big way is Damian gets a fresh start, gets away from the Judgment Day. Maybe you do build up fresh storylines with a Carmelo Hayes and Andrade and Escobar. And you look at LA Knight still in the mix there. Damian Priest for Shinsuke could work. I like this. As we are 2 minutes away from returning from commercial break, Tiffy time. Speaking of Tiffy time.
Yeah, I saw the Tiff signal up in the air, and I had to come running back here and everything. It's like Hook. It's just prettier.
Tiffy was white last week. I don't know what that means. Is she orange this week?
Does she change complexions?
Right.
Spray tans might be a thing, but yeah.
We're up to 17 followers on Twitch. Can we get to 20 by the end of the night? If you are a fan of the show, get us to 20. Big milestone.
Yeah. And you're not going to do it. You need to do it now. Yeah. Put that subscribe down. Yeah. Listen to me.
Let's go. If Vin Diesel and Roman Reigns had a clone baby, it would be Damian Priest. Damian Priest to SmackDown, my guy.
I'm very interested because you mentioned a lot of him more mid-cardy, him world picture. And again, what does the world picture look like on SmackDown if Cody migrates? Does Gunther migrate? So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty. And as we head to the Rumble, it seems like, all of a sudden these transfers are picking up. We saw Bayley, then we saw The Miz, now we see this. Like they're picking up.
It's the reverse of regular free agent signing. Normally, when you see free agent signing, you see the big people move first, and then you have after moves throughout that. Now we had the nuanced moves, and now it's like Damian Priest is on SmackDown. The Miz is on SmackDown. The Wyatts are on SmackDown. Bayley moves to Monday Night Raw, all of that. So now you're seeing the bigger shifts happen now.
What is the name of your Twitch channel? And there's the answer right there. Jose's got it.
I will talk. I will find it and I'll drop the link.
Sounds good, my friend. But folks, we are 20 seconds away from getting back to this. Remember, we are getting super close to the Rumble. We are going to be live, I think, at 5 p.m. on February 1st. We're here all night long for all the actions, for every elimination. Our pre-show for the Rumble is going to be a lot of fun next week. We're going to go through some maybe could they be there questions. And it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of talk about this one. But look at Anthony on it like Sonic.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Well, I'm still doing it. I was there, so I got it. I love you and I appreciate you, Anthony. And there we go.
Nick's now like, I'm still doing it, damn it.
I'm doing it. God damn it! I took the effort and I took the time.
Right.
I appreciate you. I love you.
As we are getting the Charlotte Flair package again.
If she's not showing up at Rumble, she might show up tonight.
I think Rumble.
But is she a favorite to win it?
Does she come
Is
out
she
with
instantly a favorite to win the Rumble?
100%? She's a favorite to win anything. Like right now, Tiffany's on the way to the ring, and they do this promo right before Tiffany.
Yeah, well, and there was, I know, it was. Ooh, they put all the Vaseline on that freaking camera. But I know last week, I think it was that they showed a similar-ish video package, and you for a minute thought it was Tiffany until they reveal it's Charlotte Flair. I know exactly who I am.
Right.
The Queen is back. Well, and then Big Dog even mentioning Jordan. That's a big name that I feel is going to show up there.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man. I really think it's again. Oh, it said it right there. Royal Rumble returns.
There we go. Charlotte Flair returns at the Royal Rumble.
So lots of news. Again, maybe not the most. I mean, we've had a couple decent matches tonight, but maybe not the most. Oh my God, a night so far. Now we still have Braun, Jacob. I think we're getting Damian and Carmelo. We got Tiffany now. KO and Jimmy tonight got added. I mean, things are looking up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so used to so we've only got an hour left. Nope, we got 2 hours left. But yeah, Tiffany Stratton coming out right now. And again, you nailed it on the head of how fitting is it that they just so happen to air a Charlotte Flair package right before Tiffany comes out.
Yeah, no, they're definitely pushing, and I think maybe at WrestleMania, it could be WrestleMania, and it could be a career-making WrestleMania moment for Tiffy to have an outright amazing match with Charlotte and win it.
It's a torch pass. Well, it's a make you moment. We saw it with Rhea and everything. Well, do you find it funny that Rhea versus Bianca is now being discussed internally? I feel like that's been discussed externally for about 2 years, but I digress. Yeah.
Well, and you see these transfers, and again, sometimes they'll report that, and it's like, this is how you know the reporting is fake, and they're not getting it from a source within the building because, Cody KO's been discussed. Cody the Rock's been discussed. It's all been discussed, guys. What do you fucking think they're doing in these meetings?
We're just throwing darts at a dartboard, and just if it sticks, it fits.
You discuss everybody. What would Tiffy Becky be like? What would Tiffy Trish be like? What would, just for whatever. Do we bring back Nikki Garcia, which is another big rumor?
Oh, we can talk about that in a commercial.
Your eyes almost popped out of your fucking head.
Well, because when we get to a commercial, we can talk about Bella's coming back. Hashtag show me your tippies. Show me your tippies, folks, by hitting that like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, wait a minute. This is mine.
This is my brutal. Hey, but no, this is just the goth tag team that everyone wants.
Damn, Charlotte look fine. She looks redefined. She does look ready to go.
Enhanced.
Again, and I know people don't get this, but she will be at the top of this division, and there is a chance that she wins a title again and again. She's going to beat her dad's record.
Fair enough. Well, and even then, I think I know we dealt with the stupid Becky Hogan, and I'm sure we'll get Charlotte Hogan and everything, but they're the draws, they're the attractions. Like, what the fuck do you want them to do?
Right. Yeah, Mercedes Moné wanted that Charlotte Flair money, and the WWE said,
Said, nah.
Go see the money mark if you want to fucking get.
Yeah, he'll pay you twice that as Rhea coming out, and again,
show me your Tiffies.
Everybody's fantasies just came to fruition right now with Tiffany and Rhea in the ring. The two sides of every personality and the two sides of every girl that every guy wants.
Right. This is your left shoulder, your right shoulder, the double on each one.
Facts.
Right? It's sugar and spice. It's
now how can I make everything nice?
Right. Kyle wants to know if you could see Mash in the Rumble.
Yes.
It's
actually knockouts women champion. Yes.
Show me your tiffies.
You almost said what everyone thought. You were that close. That close.
Ooh, ooh. Stop it, MDB. You're gonna get me in trouble.
The whole female audience would have just dropped off.
Tiffy shaking her head. Why?
But this is interesting because you've got both women's world champions right now in the ring. So interesting bit of, again, we talked about the tie-in, the sell for the women's rumble and everything. Now you've got a segment with both women's champions together. Again, like you talked about earlier, you sell it on the surprise. You sell it on whoa.
Nia is taking on Rhea Ripley tomorrow night, Nick.
Yeah, who you mad at here? Oh, she's just
oh my God. The Marshmallow Woman has gotten loose.
Yeah, well, why y'all matching?
Yeah, why is she catching
First of all, I don't know why I'm catching the strays.
Come on, you gotta give her some love.
Because you're big enough, they're gonna catch you anyways. We thought it, I said it. But
listen, folks, I want to make it very clear. My issue is with the gear, not the human in the gear. I praise the human in the gear all the time. The gear is not a good choice.
Yeah.
In Canada, we have a thing called Bohem. Oh, yeah, right? You're
the representative of Canada. I don't know how to pronounce what you were pitching to.
French. I was pretty close. But it's a snowman figure. She kind of looks like that.
Popo Gijo.
Charlotte Hogan, 100%. That's not nice. She's a champ. The GOAT, folks. Well, the second GOAT, but she's close.
Well, and you've already got it teased at least tonight that she's going to be involved in the Rumble. So you know Charlotte's coming back, and you know where. You just don't know when.
Question of the night. Better jaw, Rhea or Tessa? Don't answer.
Tessa got a 5 chin and everything.
I'm on my own. More company.
Well, is this tie-in Rumble? Is this halfway tie-in tomorrow night? This is tying all the way around. Tie a yellow ribbon, I guess.
Around the old oak tree.
Yeah, well, and again, I still always hate the Jeff Hardy is, I guess, the situation, what I'm going to call it, of like, if you're supposed to be coming out and I'm serious and I'm pissed off, let me dance my ass to the ring and everything. Right. That's how I'll show I'm intimidating. Yeah. I'm mad. I'm so mad I could dance right now.
Partly why I kind of really want a Bianca heel run, so she can kind of knock that off. Like you said, I mean, somebody's been whooping your ass for weeks, and you have this big grudge, and she's trying to win your title, and you come out just like, come on now.
Right. So Naomi announces she's in the Rumble, and I do like the pairing of Rhea and Tiffany kind of butting up here. Like, yes, it tickles all the pickles. Plus,
right? Yeah, triple threat match, tag team match right now. All right, OG Dale, the prediction champion, predicting some stuff.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we're gonna get a triple threat.
Triple threat tag team match. I mean, it would make sense.
We got more.
Now we might get a fatal 4-way.
Watch me. Yes, Liv in the house.
Liv and Raquel.
The pop for Liv.
Do you think that could be a trade in the sense of Bayley goes to Raw, Liv goes to SmackDown?
Sure. I could be okay with it. And this woman's been booed a lot. They popped big when she came out and did her little twirl.
Liv has very much, she's halfway contracted the Dom and the Rhea push of
Right?
it. Of
A little bit.
like she's established herself more this past year than she ever has, respectfully.
Right? Yeah. So everybody in the Rumble, people were worried about the women being in the Rumble. You got some Rumble women.
Yeah, but now is
Liv
this too much when you got to have 27 women all come out and say we're in the Rumble?
You like a fucking hell.
I know. I feel it.
No,
Yeah.
not you. But in general, it's like, oh, they haven't announced very many women. Well, they're leaving a lot open for surprise. But 8 women are here saying they're all in the Rumble. Well, 6 of the 8 are declaring.
How many people here declared for the Rumble that you didn't think were going to be in the Rumble?
Well, that's why they're declaring.
Right? No, you don't need to fucking declare. If I'm going to show up for work tomorrow, I don't need to declare I'm going to show up for work tomorrow.
You have to declare so they can put you on the graphic, or else we don't know you're in.
For fuck's sake. The best thing about all of this was Charlotte Flair with the little pop-up and everything saying I'm going to be at the Rumble.
Right? So Charlotte plus 6, that's 7. Oh
my God. Headbutt into the fucking next century.
Right? Rhea might have re-broke her orbital bone on that.
Yeah,
one.
you heard that. That sounded like 2 coconuts smashing together.
All right, we got a brawl.
We got all the women fighting. Rhea and Nia going at it. We've got Liv and Raquel going at the tag team champs. We're going to get squared down to it's Naomi, Bianca, and Rhea holding court.
Where's Rhea's partner?
Tiffany just head up the ramp. And we put to commercials. Otis is coming out. So you, Captain Netflix, let us know what's happening.
Right. No, I went to actual commercial. I went to
pitch.
So Adam Pearce, not Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis is on his way to the ring. All the women started brawling except Tiffany, who ran the fuck away. She is already up the ramp. 8 women in the ring. Aldis coming out with a mic. Are we fatal 4-way, 8-woman match?
I don't know. I'm mad that point ahead look smart when it comes to Tiffany. But yeah, I hate that we're going to probably have whatever match is about to be announced during commercial. Like this is as much as I've said with another company. This is them doing the WCW because you're going to book a fucking match during a commercial.
They'll come back and tell us what's up.
I bet you right now we're going to come back to the match already underway. I bet you we're going to come back to the match already on the way.
Interesting. With commercial as Nick Aldis walks out. But then you wouldn't have Nick Aldis walk all the way out there for nothing.
I know. I think it's a time. It's a time mismanagement. I think it's flubber.
Is it a time mismanagement?
We'll see.
Oh shit, we ran out. No, like this is happening the way they planned it to happen.
I don't know. We'll see. So if they come back to action and the match is already underway, we'll see.
I agree with Nick. This is bullshit. Ridiculous. I think it's completely fine. It's called a cliffhanger. We'll be back.
No, the cliffhanger's the brawl. You don't cut through the middle of that and everything.
Everybody wants to know what Nick Aldis is going to say. Is it he's
just going to stand in the ring now for 3 minutes until we come back from commercial?
He's waiting there with the mic.
With everybody fighting around him?
They stop fighting. He puts an end to it. He's the boss. Watch. What's wrong with that? What is Nick Aldis going to say? We'll be right back. What's wrong with that?
Because they were going to sit there with 3 minutes of him just standing in the ring as they're all supposed to be fighting around him.
I got, commercial. It is what it is.
Yeah, I would have at least hoped if you got picture in picture, that would have saved this moment. The fact that we got commercial, because we still would have at least gotten something.
Right. No, that's exactly how it's supposed to work. It's not how it's supposed to work. KJ, they are supposed to make the match, take the commercial, and then come back. Yeah, but if they don't make the match till after the commercial, then there's nothing wrong with saying Nick Aldis is here. What will he say?
I'm telling you, watch. We're going to come back to already in action.
Right.
That, or at least ding ding, and we're gonna see like Nia lock up with somebody. I'm telling you, we're gonna come right back to the match, even though we're gonna miss what was announced. They're gonna replay Nick Aldis announcing what was the match.
What's up? What's up? Another Australian fan. Love it.
There you go. Well, I guess potentially when it comes to Grand Slam, we might have to be here at 2:30 in the morning watching it live.
Well, I don't think it's going to be. Well, it might be live on Max.
Well,
will it be live on Max?
From what I've seen, is it's going to be on a tape delay or whatever. It's going to go live.
Yeah.
Well, in Australia, so it's going to air at like 5:30 Australian time, and it's going to air at like 2:30 a.m.
I thought
Eastern
they were
Standard Time they
were taping it and airing it at its regular time slot.
Oh, I had heard the other, but so where
would you go live?
Nobody's there. Nothing happened. Nobody. Nothing to be seen as Papa John's.
Look.
Oh, now we tag match.
There we go.
Hey, I get half a point. You know,
the action had not started, sir.
We got Papa John's before the action. I get half a point at least.
Maria in the ring, Nia tagging out.
So we are getting Liv, Candice, and Nia taking on Rhea and Naomi and Bianca.
And by the way, Tiffy got out of the whole situation, did she not?
Again, point ahead, look smart. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Now, all these ladies will be in the Royal Rumble, so a little Royal Rumble teaser here. Very common practice. But this is a good question. I thought Papa John's went up. Like, I didn't know there was still Papa John's around.
Oh, no. Papa John's is still a thing. I've even seen the interviews to where Papa John's has now reviewed recent Papa John's. Papa John's is now very much just Shaq-a-roni. If Shaq owned a pizza place, it's Papa John's.
I had the Shaq-a-roni. I was disappointed.
So then, do you guys say that? That's Papa John's.
It was a long time ago.
Shaq-a-roni that old?
I mean, it's got to be a while old. Yeah.
No, fair enough.
We are not going to gloss over the fact that Nick should know that a tag team match was implied by all this was coming. Yes, I know.
Oh, yes, we are. He's not intending on. He's not. I'm going to have a tag team match.
Nick is mad that he didn't get to hear Nick Aldis go, "Let's have a match." This is bullshit.
You thought it was going to be a 72-woman tag match, so don't you sit there and act boy. You thought we were still getting the Aldis announcement.
I said it was a possibility he'd be in the ring, but I guess
possibility.
Right? At least they weren't in action. That's again.
We got Papa John. Interfered. Papa John ran defense for you.
Shaq owns Papa John's, but he didn't always own Papa John's, didn't Papa John?
Papa John did Papa John things, and now Shaq owns a lot of Papa John's. Yeah. Again, hashtag not sponsored, but if Shaq John's wants to sponsor, that'll be the official pizza of the Wrestling for Life.
What up, Shaq?
All right, or even Little Caesars. Give me some crazy bread.
Yeah.
$5 hot and ready. Sounds like me on a Friday night.
I want to see the process, Nick. It's Anthony's gimmick of how did we get here, by the way.
I'm just gimmick infringement.
Spaz, a $5 super chat. What if the WWE swings their DIX?
You read that
in the Ladies Rumble. Weird place to swing it. First 10 great. Asuka, Charlotte, Becky, Masha, Bliss, Roxy, Julia, Steph, Tessa. Now, I know that sounds crazy, and you say it's swinging, but, I mean, Tessa won't be there. I think did you say Tessa? No Tessa.
No.
A couple of the other names for sure, but you still have Naomi, you have Nia, you have other possible surprises. It could be a very holy shit Rumble of like, and another one. The Rumble brought to you by DJ Khaled this year.
I think still think you pace it out a little bit. This isn't Tony Khan. You don't have Bryan Danielson return and then followed by Adam Cole.
Oh, but you don't think
you
so? They've already announced Flair's returning, so you wouldn't return back. Like Becky's not going to be in the Rumble then.
No, I'm not saying in order. That's all I'm saying.
Oh
I'm
no,
saying you
okay.
could still do it. That's all I would do. Yeah, calm your tits. Calm your
Number
tits.
one,
I was
Charlotte.
just
Number
saying.
two, Becky.
I don't think we're gonna get like 1, 2 little, 3 little, 4 return, 5 little, 6. No.
Right. You want to piss the fan base off? Charlotte 1, Becky 2, final 2 in the Rumble. Charlotte, Becky.
Well, there's the rumor that the final 2 in the men's, if you believe the dirt sheets, the fucking, thing that's been going around the whole time, the spoilers of to where it's going to come down to Cena and Dwayne in the Rumble.
That will get a lot of boos. That might be like, was it 2016, 2014?
You'll get boo yay. You'll get a huge boo yay because you'll get boos for Dwayne and you'll get yays for Cena.
I think you get booed across the board because people will be disappointed that they're the final 2. Like when Roman Rock, that Rumble. Is that 2016 or 2014? Might be 2015.
No, well, no, that was 2016 or 2017 to where The Rock raised Roman's hand and everything.
The crowd just hated the crowd hated the outcome. It didn't even matter about heel, babyface, nothing. It was just we hate this. And I think Cena Rock in the final 2 might create the we hate this.
It depends on how you get there. And
you better have a plan.
Would have to do something on Monday because Dwayne seems all but out of it. I think Cena's very much a strong contender to be in your final 2, if not your final 1. So I think he very much, I don't think he'll get a boo or anything like that.
Okay.
He'll be your big baby face. He'll be your huge cheer.
Yeah, you might be right. He might overcome. I might be wrong. He could definitely overcome in the moment.
It's the last time Cena in the Rumble. He's going to be the baby face. It's like any wrestler.
And that's what I said. The last hit. I think fans will boo not at the wrestlers, at the scenario of like, of all the people we have, come on. That to me, if it comes down to The Rock, Cena, it feels very VKM.
That's fine. I don't think it'll come down to that, but
no,
I'll give you that. Yeah.
But I do like the idea that I think Cena in the final 4 makes sense. Cena, I don't love the idea of Cena winning it. I hate the idea of The Rock winning it. He doesn't need to. But Cena could win it. I would really like to see a heel throw him out late. Get a lot of heat. Like, even if it's someone you don't expect, like CM Punk throws Cena out.
Well, I was gonna say, which one would you pick? My top 3 to win it, I'd say Cena, Punk, Roman. Be my top 3.
Okay, it's not bad, not bad, not bad. I got Punk in there for sure. The boos. She gives us a little bit of Eddie.
Well, I got a 2 count.
Yeah. Roman's going to be there late. You're not wrong. Again, what order did the last group of them go out at? Like, there's so much possibility with this bunch.
The thing is we talked about it with the men's versus the women's of we can do a top 10 of people who could win the Rumble, and that's already just people that have announced that they're going to be in the Rumble. We just saw 8 women announce they're going to be in the women's Rumble, and I still don't believe any of them are going to win it.
6, and I believe I think there's a slight chance. I don't think any of them are going to win it. You're right.
The most I believe who could win it is in Charlotte Flair, who was a video package, who was a VTR.
I mean, could Nia win it? Nah, she just had the belt. She doesn't need to win the Rumble to run that back, and I don't think that's going to get a reaction that you're hoping for. Liv Morgan winning the Rumble would be an interesting scenario.
No, because everyone's going to be like, they're just going to run back her and Rhea again and just fucking let that die. It's the same thing of like, did Rhea declare, or is she just obligatory out because she's champion? Because we've seen at times to where champions.
Oh no, she didn't declare. She didn't declare. The champs are not.
I asked the question.
No, not at all. I was trying to figure out what that was. Rhea Ripley's not in the Rumble. Either is Tiffy.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, we've seen it at times to where a champion, like Christ, Brock defended the title and then turned around and won the Rumble on the same night.
Yeah, I think Randy Orton could be in the final 3. 4 maybe. Like Randy Orton tosses Cena. Woo! Sets up that angle, don't it?
I mean, that'd be if
how'd you do?
If Cena gets tossed out, whoever tosses him out, I would say it's the equivalent of Maven throwing out Taker. Like that's no matter what it's a make you moment of
I could be
you're setting something up past that you can't let that go and wither to nothing.
Yeah, to an extent for sure. So yeah, I mean, again, and one of the comments in the chat is Roman's so winning this. What do you think the overall vibe would be from the fan base if Roman was to pull it off and win this Rumble? Is it kind of past that? Like, oh, like, is it as like, oh my God, yes, let's go, as it used to be?
It depends on, as Naomi and Candice both down, it depends on, I think, how you book the match. Because you very much do run the risk of is Roman again. Boring, boo earns. But if you do it right, if you finally do kind of that like Austin-y, he gets taken out and then comes back, or you realize that he has to overcome some shit, that's where it works. But it's a narrow fucking it's a needle's eye to get into that fucking slot.
Oh, it's tight for sure. Huge. I know certain friends on here are struggle to give Rhea credit. But my God, when she got that tag, the place exploded.
Rhea Ripley is I would say, as far as pro wrestlers right now, she's up there with your Roman Reigns, your Cody Rhodes of overness or connecting to the fan base. She's recognizable, I feel, all of that.
Yeah, she's a superstar, man. She's killing it.
Bianca, big spear from Bianca on to Liv. Nia breaks it up. Sky deserves to win it, not Charlotte. Well, there's still the whole potential of an Io Sky Rhea thing. That's the thing is,
yeah,
I think the women's Rumble.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So Liv is choking out Rhea as Rhea still just punches out Nia Jax. Just one of the right hand.
Get off me.
Riptide of Liv onto Rhea as Raquel. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix? Eats a big boot. Is helping Rhea out. Oh, Codebreaker on the dodged headbutt there. Oh, KOD. Is this where Tiffany's going to pop in and cash in a second time?
Right. Uh-oh.
Oh, backslide from Liv. Wow, Liv gets the win on the backslide.
There you go. Don't count her out. There you go. You got to watch Liv.
I think it could be interesting if you get Raquel and Liv move to SmackDown. If you kind of break up the Judgment Day a bit, and you get Liv and Raquel move to SmackDown, you got Bayley over on Raw. Nice trade.
I think Liv was having some top trouble. But yeah, Team Liv, let's go. I'm with you, Anthony. Right. Oh, Chelsea's upset. She got a fat lip. The math
is have that. Not even what I'm mad at. Beef having mission. They look like if you go to a fucking Asian parlor in fucking LA. You want a massage?
You want to? I didn't think that's what you meant, but okay. Oh, they're talking about a bigger security detail. Camille.
Captain and Tennille?
Captain and Camille.
Yeah, as I got DIY coming out.
with their new entrance.
Regeneration X.
No, we are, folks.
This is this could still not be good, but it's still a million times better than what the fuck they had before.
Right? Green looks so weak and pathetic. She really does. It's great. Fat Lip is also a good album, but yeah, great album actually.
One of my favorite albums, actually.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying because you don't know us at all. Yeah, I'm a fucking music nerd. You should know this.
Oh, I know this, bro. I know this.
MVB reminding us. Yeah, terrible.
Papa John's all over this one. So there you go.
Yeah, well, did we get the spaz out here? What if one of the outside champions won, either Masha or Joe, solidify the TNA deal with a TNA champ versus WWE champ match at Mania? Not saying it's ever going to happen, but it'll be huge, historic.
You're right. It would be big. It would be.
If you had to book one, which one would you do?
Joe Hen.
Rhea Ripley versus Masha Slamovich, Knockouts champion versus Women's World Title.
Joe Henry versus Gunther. Just because he's so happy-go-lucky, and then Gunther's like, this is ridiculous.
I think if I'm being realistic, I think if I'm WWE, if they were going to do one, they do the women's title first.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And again, I think that, no offense,
Cody Rhodes, Joe Hendry.
Yeah, no, but again, you kind of have like uber babyface situation kind of stuck in the middle with each other. I think that realistically, guys, yeah, mid cards. I mean, again, primarily talked about NXT being the focus of this partnership in a lot of ways, and we're not saying things like the Rumble can't happen. You got to remember how sacred the WWE holds those Mania spots, and a lot of people are really upset when they don't get booked on Mania. You bringing in, a TNA guy to main event, it doesn't do enough. It doesn't move the needle, right? You can do Rock, Roman, you could do Cody, The Rock. Cody, Joe Hendry, no offense, isn't the same as much as we would love it.
It is not at a point, respectfully to TNA, that it calibers, it warrants that moment, that spot. Because again, like you said, that's sacred ground of a WrestleMania spot. A SummerSlam, a Rumble, a Survivor Series, yeah, sure, that works a bit better, even if you want to still say Big Four. WrestleMania, like, there's people that make or break, like, that's their career moment, is being on a WrestleMania, and you're telling me I can't be on a WrestleMania because the TNA talent's there? You're going to lose a locker room, potentially.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you're going to get some.
I get what you're saying.
Some discontent.
Yeah. Would you lose the locker room completely? No, because of who you are in this. But I get what you're saying 100%. Like, you're not wrong at all in the sense of you might lose a couple other people's favor. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's someone that's worked really hard to kind of be in that spot and it doesn't pan out, but it does for somebody else. But again, I just think when it comes to the hoopla that is Mania, they want the biggest names possible. And realistically, as much as we love some of the names that are mentioned, it's not the same.
Well, and you could build to it and everything. That's not saying that they couldn't, but right now, it's not the same, respectfully. Speaking of, I guess, not the same, as I'm in commercial, and I teased this before, I have thoughts and opinions about this. But first, how do you feel about the idea of the conversation of Nikki Garcia, Nikki Bella, returning to WWE?
Why? What does it help?
Thank you, Jesus.
Why?
Thank you.
My number one question with any decision, including this one, is when people start rumoring it, but why? What benefit does it bring?
Because she did this on the Netflix cam, and everyone got hot and bothered by it.
For Nikki? Oh, not even John Cena got bothered.
Neither hot nor bothered.
Right? Like, let's be real.
Apollo Crews. What
Apollo
the fuck?
Crews still kicking, still a wrestler. That's good news.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he absorbed fucking Fabian Eichner's life force there at the jacket, and then that's how he still got a job because fucking Eichner's gone, but Apollo Crews still out here.
Right.
Crucial figure in the storyline. Yeah, no, Nikki Bella. No, I'm honestly, can anyone honestly, outside of what you saw physically and your perverse minds, your dirty minds, what you thought of that? Not you, everyone else, but probably also you. Of Nikki Bella was not a good wrestler. She's not good at ring. There's not anything that's compelling outside of cool. You think she's attractive? That's it.
And I mean,
she might have a little outside of WWE buzz.
I'm not even super sold on that aspect of the whole deal. But
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Again, she was the champion for a long time at a time when the divas were the divas. And it wasn't known for the most exceptional wrestling. It wasn't a banner era for the WWE's women's division. Granted, they take credit somewhat of the women's revolution of, give them a chance because of the 3-minute match. And maybe that's true. Social media, right time, right place. They had a hand in it. I have trouble believing that they're, trailblazers and blah, blah, blah. Again, they were average wrestlers. They were kind of good at a time where everyone was pretty stinky.
They were mediocre wrestlers in a mediocre time.
Fair enough, right? Like they were the best of the worst.
Exactly. Spaz with a $2 Trey Wentz, Big E versus Westwood's Kofi. You don't combine those storylines. He's saying the Rascals and Big E versus the New Day and Wesley. No.
No.
Those roads don't connect. I like MDB. Now Trish, she can wrestle till she's 70. I wouldn't say nothing. Well, because she can be fucking 70 and still look like she's 20.
But and she's in phenomenal shape. And again, it's Trish. There's an exception to the rule, and there's a reason why Trish is the GOAT.
She can still wrestle how she did then as she does now.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella, you couldn't wrestle then, and you certainly can't wrestle now.
Right. No, I mean, again, I don't think she brings a whole lot of value. Is anybody excited for a Nikki Bella promo?
Yes, but they all live in their mother's basements. At least it's not Brie, because I don't need Brie mode.
But I think Brie's the better wrestler, though.
So I will punch you in the face, sir. I will reach
Brie Bella is a better wrestler than Nikki Bella.
They're both not good, but
right. The only reason why Nikki gets cheered more is she got enhancements on the front end, and the other one didn't.
Well, that's where Kiana James might be coming into place here.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah, would you rather see Nikki Bella or Kiana James?
I'd rather see Kiana James.
They both had sentence enhancers.
Like, again, nothing, like, I mean, respectfully. But, I mean, again, I think certain people, again, I don't know, you want to bring them in for a quick run, like a quick, thing, fine. But to be consistent full-time wrestlers,
was just the little Nikki Bella doing the, I'm a genie in a bottle dance at Netflix. And then we moved on and everyone just got a little hot under the collar. Of like, well, what's she doing? We could have her back for a match. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, I just don't see it. Like, it's not going to be a great match. That's the problem.
It won't be a match. Fuck a great match. It won't be a match.
Like, what's the point?
Stephen Zaguri from Apollo onto Gargano.
A nice surprise match here, but I know, DIY's had some issues with Gargano. DIY's had some issues with Apollo. Apollo, I mean, again, he was a champion under Triple H. Maybe Triple H is holding out.
Ciampa with the big knee, though, onto Apollo, rolls him back into Gargano. Apollo has going to NXT written all over him. As Motor City comes through.
He was there,
1, 2,
bro.
3. Oh, Apollo sneaks the win. What the?
Jesus Christ.
I'll take your Lord and Savior, but yeah, I'll deal with that.
I don't love that.
So Motor City Machine Guns causes the distraction.
That is better.
DIY gets Apollo Crews to 1, 2, 3. As I got Jacob Fatu, everybody be quiet.
Jacob about to cut some mean words.
The werewolf versus the monster.
He's so intense.
This is for everyone that had a certain perception of Jacob Fatu under the bloodline with just, I love you solo. Now you get the real Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
It's coming live and direct with everybody. Hey, yeah.
That's so well done, man. Like with everyone saying, it's like literally a hook to a track.
Right. Dead in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, but Jacob Fatu again, he is one of those, and we talked about this earlier with like Cody. Cody seems polished. Jacob feels the most unpolished you could get. It is, he is that dead in the middle of Italy, didn't do diddly. He is just, you feel everything he says. Like that's something that would really come out his mouth.
Yeah, again, he just nails. He is who he is, and that's all that he is. And it works so well. You believe it. You believe if you bumped into Jacob, walking down the street, that's the guy you're meeting, and that's the vibe he gives, and it works.
Yeah.
And just grimy, dude. One of the grimiest dudes in wrestling, period, right now. Like Jacob is everything Moxley wants to be. That gritty, grimy, the murderous psychopath that you can't trust. That's what Mox thinks he is. But Jacob is it.
Oh, the Boar Horseman.
The Boar Horseman. My God. The nicknames are getting better by the minute.
Well, and it's just one of the, as all the Netflix ads, if we're getting a WWE merch ad right now, which, by the way, we have all the merch and everything.
We have all the merch. A word from our sponsor.
Moment.
Hey, folks, get yours today. Nick, we got all the things.
We got all the things. We got everything for your wrestling needs. We got everything from your YouTube needs, your Twitch needs, your Instagram, Twitters, your Discords, your merch stores, your this, your that. We got anything and everything when it comes to your pro wrestling needs. And again, we cover more wrestling than anybody else out there. We just cover it better, folks. Honestly, at this point. We've been told it by people in the business, by wrestlers who watch us. So again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. But yes,
100%. And again, we got more stuff coming your way. We're trying to keep up. Every stream we get 5 or 6 new t-shirt ideas. So at this point, there's a fucking waiting list. But we're trying to get more coming your way. But go give Anthony some love. His first t-shirt out. Happy to see that. We still have the what t-shirts for Nick. We got the Mr. Every Night t-shirts. We got a whole bunch of other ones. I think me and Nick are due for a revamp. It's been a hot minute. I think me and Nick
it's still at the end of the day, trust me, we've out there. We're doing the God's work. We're doing the Lord's work. We're just spending out there, we're doing everybody favors and everything with our F-Star, what have you, Meltzer shirts and everything. Donating to Literacy Foundation and everything. So 100%, we're out there. Still, we ain't just putting each other over and everything, but we're still out there trying to spend a good word, trying to help raise the IQ of the IWC. Seems harder than I thought.
And all we ask for is a little bit of love, a little bit of your time, and a little bit of support. We appreciate it all. And we appreciate you being here as we still have about an hour and change left in this one. And if my math is correct, yep, we still got more to go. Hour and 15 minutes. Lots coming your way. But we're having a lot of fun here tonight. Don't forget, back tomorrow, Saturday main event, Monday for Raw, all week long. Your preview show on Thursday for Rumble. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. And then Rumble Saturday night mega stream. It's gonna be huge. 5 p.m. live. Let's go.
Absolutely, and then we're going right into the Super Bowl live stream, which the Buffalo Bills will be there 100%.
When's the Super Bowl? Is February
9th. Trust me, I took the day after because I'm already anticipating the champagne popping.
And we had fun last year. Came down to the wire. I actually thought, Casey was. You actually were rooting for this other team last year.
I don't. Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And
right.
We don't want to talk about this. Trust me, I'd already prepared to be out there ordering a sheet cake with the Buffalo Bills logo on it, and just gonna have my own little personal tailgate.
There you go, folks. So that's we're looking forward to the Super Bowl, our annual Super Bowl party. Our birthday's coming up at the beginning of March. WrestleMania is coming. Revolution is on its way. Sacrifice. We got GCW shows, more original content, more live TNA, of course, and Anthony with the best coverage of TNA in the IWC. So don't miss a thing. Good luck, Nick.
Yes, a revolution is happening, folks, and it's not just in AW. It's happening when it comes to wrestling content. And Wrestling for Life Network's about to be the fucking forebearer on it. So absolutely be a friend, tell a friend. Real Jacob is the best thing about this show, but 3 hours is too long.
It's that 2.5 hours is kind of a sweet spot, ain't it?
I mean, Shane!
Hey!
I'm not gonna lie, it nicked me.
You got me. Hey, Tony.
The man who got famous because other comedians are funny. Cam Patterson and everything.
The man loves wrestling. Fuck.
Hey, the man loves wrestling and Winnebagos.
And cakes.
Chocolate cake. That's a deep cut for Fluffy.
That is a deep cut. But tonight, Jimmy Uso, KO, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah. We're right. We still got about an hour and everything, my guy.
We still got about an hour. It's crazy to think.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, so we're in the last 15 minutes. How we doing? Yeah, no, we got an hour and 15. As we got, I thought this was going to be the main event, so it must be the main events. Jimmy and KO, Cody runs out, Sammy runs out, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. Set up.
LA Knight coming out right now, and I think
they're coming out. I'm going out. We're all going somewhere.
Yeah. KJ's out there trying to snap into a Slim Jim, but I've got LA Knight coming out right now. So, folks, let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Tama Tonga or LA Knight, which it's been a minute since we've seen Tama in a solo match. Pun intended, I guess. But, yeah, and still Jacob out there with him. I still think it's at least LA wins by DQ. If LA wins clean, it'll be interesting, but I think at least LA wins by DQ. I can still see this being an ongoing thing because, I mean, Christ, LA was the one of, hawking Jacob Fatu out of the arena last week. So maybe post Strowman, you get a Jacob LA Knight. Like, Jacob Fatu is, again, such a wild card of, do you put him with so-and-so and he can go under them or have a good match with them? Or has he just become a world beater and he's your Goldberg of he just destroys everybody on the way to a title shot or something? That's where it gets interesting with Jacob because he is just such a fucking talent. But enough glazing. Christian, Nick, would you ever let a nurse place a dog head in? What in the good googly moogly Christian are you talking about? I'm on vitamins and you're on like the good. Eli Drake for the win. With everybody saying Eli Drake. Well, more a fan of Tonga than Knight. There you go. LA Knight for the win. When was the last time LA Knight won? One clean, I think, is the bigger question. As LA is just out here tearing at everybody. And this is still always going to be LA Knight's saving grace. If it's the built-in parachute he always has. And I'm not taking anything away from him. But it's the built-in parachute that he's good on the stick. He's good on the mic. He's out there even saying there might not even be anything left for Braun, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna be what it is and all that. Like, he's good on the mic no matter what. So you're always gonna have a bit of an investment in him. As we are on our way Tonga right now, actually. Oh, kind of. I was about to say kind of control as he gets snapped into a fucking power slam here. That's not just an insult. That's a fact of life. Yeah. Well, we're getting the yeah versus the yeah. I know. I feel like I'm having a stroke every time I say that. Who wants to see LA Knight dance to the Macarena? Christian, I think. Only you. Christian, you want to sit here? Yeah. You want that, he's smoking that loud pack. 100%. LA Knight for the win. Yeah, we already got that. LA Knight already winded. I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, can you just be loud with the mic? But say what you want about him, but LA Knight brings it, even if it's mid. No, I think he's 100% super talented. I think he's at times been a victim of who he has to go against. That's been the big struggle for WWE is re-solidifying, building up their mid card, because you've got a ton of people at the top of the card, and it's almost how do you fit all these people? Now you've got to recondition your fans to think some of those guys, a Drew McIntyre, a Sami Zayn, a Kevin Owens, what have yous, might be closer to an LA Knights, might be closer to mid cards versus top of the cards. Lil Nate's calling. Oh, I don't even know where we're at for the. Was that a 7? We're out on the count out here. Jose, say what you want. Yeah, got that. Ridge Wallace, fellas, when do you think we get the solo turn? And if not Roman versus Rock or Roman versus Cody, what do you do with Roman at Mania? Roman versus Punk is what I assume they're going to do, and we're not doing Dwayne. It'd be really interesting to run 3 years in a row, Roman versus Cody. I think the fans might turn on that, so maybe you get a Roman versus Punk. It's a main event of one night. I don't know which night, but a night. Maybe for a title. I wonder with the solo thing if it's gonna. I still keep saying it's gonna be, Scar with the hyenas of you're gonna get Jacob and you're gonna get the Tongans, turn on him. But it'll be interesting if he out and outright acknowledges Roman and goes back to that. But Tama Tonga right now in control as I go to commercial break. So I will remind everybody, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. Is I see the voice beyond clicking through the slides. Yes. No, Nick, you have a stroke when Freddie Freeman lost. Thank you, Christopher Cox. Yes, just let me know all the bad moments that I've had to deal with in sports. Especially, I feel like half of them end up being on stream. But yes, no. Let me know all the bad moments. So when the Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs and I lose my goddamn gourd and we're going to the Super Bowl, then y'all can have that. Because trust me, I can't wait to be out here on a Super Bowl stream when it's the Buffalo Bills taking on even whoever. Bring on the Commanders. Bring on the Eagles. If the Buffalo Bills are out here on the Super Bowl, and we're doing a Super Bowl stream with the Buffalo Bills out here, 100%, I'm going to go getting full Bills Mafia out here. You still got to win the Super Bowl after you beat. Yeah, no, I'm at least let me get there. At least let me get there. Trust me, I'm all of 30 something plus years old and everything like that. So, yeah, I vaguely remember when we're out there with the wide rights and everything. So, give me right now the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. And let me, like I said, I've already told the missus and everything. I'm going to buy a sheet cake that's got the Bills logo on it. I'm going to go full out, even just personal tailgate. It's going to look like, Bills Mafia invaded New Hampshire in my apartment and everything if the Bills end up in the goddamn Super Bowl. That's the Chiefs. No, it's the Kansas City Refs is who we're facing, by the way. It's not even the Chiefs. Yeah. Christian, Nick, again, I will pride you. Christian, I appreciate you offering me, counseling in my moment of somber, I guess, potentially. If the Eagles make it, I'm rooting for the Eagles. Saquon winning a Super Bowl on our birthday would be dope. MDB, you just making me mad. But yeah, no, again, at the very least, just let me get to the Super Bowl. Just let me have that. I still obviously clearly want us to win that. But let me see the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl in a time frame that I actually remember. Like, I'm not going to speak for KJ, but it's a little bit like, let me just at least see the Leafs in a cup final here. Bills versus Eagles. Fair enough. I mean, I feel like that's hopefully most likely the outcome, even though I worry about Saquon running over us. But yeah, I predict the Commanders will upset the Eagles. There we go. I mean, rookie quarterback versus Josh Allen is. I'm in commercial break, by the way, so this would be while I'm talking footballs and all that. I just want a good game. I just want a good officiated game. How about that? Bills versus Eagles equals Beagles. Yeah, you say that too loud, Joe Burrow's going to think that the Bengals are still in the playoffs. As I'm back in action, I've got LA Knight and Tama Tonga going at it. Ooh, LA up over the rope, fighting back and forth. If Josh Allen beats Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, does he pass Jim Kelly? Oh, I understand the question you asked, but that's like 4 questions amalgamated into one. I guess I'll say, does Josh Allen win the MVP this year over it's what Saquon, Jared Goff, and Lamar are the finalists. I think Josh wins it there. If he beats Mahomes here, I think he does his lineage 100% of he becomes the Peyton Manning to Mahomes, Tom Brady. I'll say that. And what was the last part of that? Of passing Jim Kelly. I won't say he passes Jim Kelly in any aspect because, LA with a 2 count, but Jim Kelly's just, he's such a fan favorite and has been through his battles and health issues. But Josh Allen is, I've been out there, that's my quarterback. He is the face of the franchise for right now. Nick Farquaad, what? The man who lived on Drury Lane. I love Jim Kelly. Guy, what? As right now, I've got Tama Tonga working. Oh, LA Knight firing back. Simone, I thought I was having a stroke reading Eagles till I saw the backs. What? You're going to have that. LA Knight just wailing away on Tama Tonga after the kind of running clothesline. Well, even if Little Nate Shane came in and, gets incapacitated as the referee, we got 2 referees in the front row. Neckbreaker. Chelsea Green versus Mia Yim is official for next week's SmackDown for the Women's United States Championship. There you go. There you go. I feel like that's what we kind of anticipated was going to be the story coming out of that. Chiefs versus Eagles part 2. No one wants to see that. Honestly, no one wants to see that. Joe Burrow filming new Home Alone 7. LA Knight and Tama on the outside here. Something tells me Mission is going to upset Chelsea Green. Well, I don't see it. I don't see it. To do it that fast, and especially to not do it on a pay-per-view, I think is a missed mark on multiple levels. Like, I don't see Chelsea losing it for a bit, but if you're going to do it, you're going to do it on a pay-per-view. You're not going to do it on free TV. WCW, yeah. Tama with a 2 count. Jim Kelly, the guy from Enter the Dragon. No, well, I'm trying to remember. I was like, why would he have been in Enter the Dragon? No, Jim Kelly, the Buffalo Bills quarterback. Yeah. We're going on tangents on a Feel Good Friday. Josh already has beaten some of Jim's records, but getting to 4 in a row is a team record. Ken shout out, but yeah, Josh is even the missus who does not. She knows the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen and James Cook because she hears me yell about them. So shout out to missus, but yeah, of Josh Allen and Co's even converted her to football, I should say. Jesus, yeah. So he's modern Bills fans. That's my quarterback. That's T.O. out there crying of. He is the franchise. Shane Douglas. LA Knight. Pop up elbow. Jacob interrupts the BFT. Small package. 1, 2, 2. Dos. Dos, amigos. Dos. BFT. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I'll take that because I thought initially it seemed very set up of like, all right, you do this, you do the crowd spot, and then into a BFT. Oh, as Jacob's already got this man up in the announce desk. This announce desk is out here like goddamn Japanese tables. It will not break. Speaking of a will that will not break.
Carnage unleashed by Jacob. Let's go, folks.
LA Knight picks up the win, and then literally within seconds of him getting the win, nope, you're just going through the table.
Jacob, just a monster. Oh, we got, speaking of monsters.
Oh.
But Jacob, like, Jacob just like, it's you almost see the excitement in Jacob of like, oh, let's go. Let's go.
As a fan of big beefy boys slapping meat, you got one big SOB taking on the Samoan, the tribal werewolf, and everything like that.
Right.
Like that on paper seems like a heavyweight collision.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't seem like it is.
Right?
Tama
Jacob even shuns off Tama.
Tama trying to stop him. But Jacob don't back down. Jacob don't have fight or flight. He just has fight.
Yeah, and that's the thing is he's still like he's a solid foot and probably a solid 100 pounds smaller than Braun. And he's like, I got you.
It's like 65 pounds, maybe. Anybody remember? Fact checkers?
I don't know, but This is you're finally tapping into you put Jacob versus a lot of motherfuckers. This man got so provocative with this that the lights even got low for him. But
oh, big clothesline. Jacob on his feet though. Meat.
as now Thomas can hold him back, Jacob. But that's the thing is you have so much. Like this is just tapping the well. That is Jacob Fatu matches.
Oh yeah, every time Jacob goes like walks by somebody, we're like, oh, that could be a match. And all the matches sound great. All of them. All of them.
I still think whether it's 2025, 2026, 2027, we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu.
I think so. I mean, there's no reason why it couldn't happen. I mean, we haven't heard yet, but would Jacob be in the Rumble? What's Jacob going to be like in the Rumble? Oh, Miz, somebody.
You got your douche canoes.
The douche canoes, finally. And somebody in the chat keeps bringing this up. But Miz with Waller and A-Town, that is crazy. Box office gold. This was meant to be. Holy shit.
So the douche canoes are a thing. And all this.
Oh, they're going to Raw.
Oh, pack your bags and go to Raw.
Boo. Boo.
Oh, that's just too funny, though.
And so A-Town Down is going to Monday night.
And they're celebrating, though, because, hey, they're going to be on Netflix. Miz just looks paler and like 1,000-yard stare. Like
right.
He's getting closer and closer to like Heyman not sleeping.
I was literally about to say, I was gonna throw it out there. Like, okay, these three are hated so much that the Wyatts showing up and beating them up would work for a while, but Miz, no dice.
He has no friends. He's
Dude.
just gonna get.
Yeah,
we're gonna see Uncle Howdy versus the Miz.
Yeah, probably.
No, I don't think there's a probably about it at this point. I think that's more likely than anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know.
You're tearing all his friends the minute they get there around him away.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Is Damian Priest coming out making his SmackDown roster debut, kind of?
Yeah.
Damian Priest for the win. I will put this in the chat. Is Priest going to take on Carmelo?
So Drew and Damian on the same roster?
Yeah.
There you go.
The newest member of Friday Night SmackDown. That's crazy. So if you guys are just tuning in, Damian Priest is on SmackDown now. A-Town Down and Waller are part of Raw. There was someone else that switched teams. Who switched teams?
Miz went from Raw to SmackDown.
Yeah, Miz has switched.
Well, and it's again, I said this earlier. To me, it's interesting. Of normally, like free agency, you have the big people move to start it off, and now we're doing the reverse of that. Of now we're getting all the big transactions after we had the minor transactions.
I think we're getting mixed. They're kind of fluctuating. We had a couple big ones, and then we had like A-Town Down. So I think it's been kind of like up and down.
We haven't had a big transaction since Bailey, and that was like
Bailey was just 2 transactions. Monday, it's Friday. It was 4 days ago.
Yeah, all week. The transfer window's been open for like.
What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? No, I'll take a week versus this has been open for like 2 weeks now or so.
Oh, longer than that. But I mean, it's slow as shit. Like they said, okay, we're gonna do this transfer thing. We had the initial Chad Gable thing that he hasn't officially been anywhere. But yeah, now we're starting to see it pick up heading into Rumble. So yeah, a bit of a roster reset. This is better than the draft because the draft is always exactly what you described. Of you pick random like Carmelo Hayes gets drafted before fucking RKO. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Carmelo Hayes over Randy Orton or something like that. Like I'm gonna select, Charlotte Flair. Well, that's not a good example. I'm gonna take Nikki Cross over Charlotte Flair. There you go. But yeah,
Right. Is Damien officially a mid carder? Upper mid card.
upper
Like,
mid card.
yeah. Where do you go, Nick? Where do you go? Like, what do you do? Like, uh, you can't be in the title picture. You got to be in that upper mid card. So you have a couple really good matches around that division. Damien Shinsuke could work.
I think you start to develop the mid card, and you develop this. Not even giving them a week. What? But
4 days. 4 days.
no, I'm saying that was still within that of. I'm saying this has been open for quite a bit. The trade window has been open. Of free agency's been going for a minute, but of yeah, when it comes to Priest, yeah, I mean, he's already been in the top of the picture. He kind of sits upper mid card. You have him there. He kind of can float around, can work in that. I think that we're gonna see that, like with him, LA Knight, that in between mid card title and in between world title scene.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there's a lot of options there, and I think that's what's important. People forget, like, you got to remember, once upon a time, not everybody could be at the top. So Stone Cold was technically in the mid card a lot, like at times. The Rock was a mid carder at times. Mick Foley, you had IC matches that were cooking, but The Rock and Austin were at the top of the game, or Austin and HBK, like. So there were Undertakers and shit under that main event, and that means your show is in a phenomenal place from a talent standpoint.
Oh, I still think it was, I believe it was SummerSlam 98 was one of my favorite matches. It was Austin, or it was Rock versus Triple H in a ladder match for the IC belt.
Yeah.
And everything. And that's the thing, is that was your IC division at one point. Two guys that are Hall of Famers.
Yeah. And
or being world champions, etc. Game changers in the industry were competing in the mid card for an IC belt.
Well, you look at a guy like Razor Ramon, like the guy's a Hall of Famer, an outstanding guy that meant so much, but never got his title. Like he made the mid card matter. So this idea, I mean, and I'm not saying that the comment is eliciting this response, but I think the Damien will do well, and if he has strong matches, continues to get over, continue to develop a little bit as far as what he's doing. There's no reason why he couldn't wrestle a Cody or whoever, or a Shinsuke, who's on our screen right now.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Shinsuke Nakamura. I was about to ask you of who you thought was your favorite that never won a world title, that should have won a world title, but yeah.
Roddy Piper.
I think Razor, did he never won a world title?
I don't believe Roddy Piper, and I hesitated. I don't believe he was ever WWF champion. Like, if we're just sticking to that.
No, I was gonna say world champion. Like if we're talking WCW, all of that.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
I was almost gonna halfway say Razor, because Razor was never anybody's champion.
Right, and no, Razor never got to the top of the mountain, and he was
Mr. Perfect. Actually, I was a huge fan of Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect's a really good show. They're cutting a really good package with Shinsuke. But just want to see. I don't believe he ever had the WWE title, because him and Vince never got along. He was in and out.
WCW though, Shogun Shinsuke. Yeah, I'm waiting to see everybody do the fucking Shinsuke Nakamura Halloween costumes in 2025.
Right,
Shinsuke Nakamura.
But yeah, in that category, Roddy is one of my faves. I think he destroyed people. I think if he wasn't, like, Hogan was the perfect company guy that did everything Vince did. He was Vince's little puppet, and Roddy Piper was the antithesis of that. He told it like it was. He didn't care where he was.
Well, there you go. Well, Big Dog gotcha. As again, Papa John's, the fucking hashtag not sponsor of the night is Papa John's, but. Nope, Roddy Piper never held the world title. He was IC champ, US champ, and I think he held the tag titles in the NWA back in the day.
Yeah, and he held the tag titles in the WWF with Ric Flair, but one of the best that ever did it, man. Mr. Perfect, I think, is a great show.
Yeah, Kurt Hennig, even outside of the Mr. Perfect gimmick, he was like Kurt Angle before Kurt Angle, if that makes any bit of sense.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, absolutely.
Yeah. Bam Bam's a fucking great shout. Jesse, I guess, was never champ. Well, Bam Bam was ECW world champ, so does that he get disqualified because he was a world champ?
Sort of counts, but Bam Bam is a guy that I really like. Bam Bam, and again, it's funny because in modern wrestling now, the way that Bam Bam destroyed people, people would be calling for a title shot, but Bam Bam did that thing. He put a lot of baby faces over. If they could overcome Bam Bam, they were on their way to the world title. Same with Razor, right? Like Hexbox never, MDB with all the jokes.
I see MDB out there with that. I actually don't mind X-Pac. I don't mind Sean Waltman and everything. I hated him when him and Kane were a tag team and you had Tori.
Did you hate that?
No, because I was a Kane mark, I hated Sean Waltman for that. I was just a fan of, I liked the story. I hated X-Pac because of that. But no, he always, I got everything I ever wanted and I never get that back.
No, he, again, for my money, I think he again, a great guy. I think the funny thing about Sean is he might not have been the biggest guy or the best wrestler or the best promo or was ever going to be the guy that carried a company. But man, did he find himself with a lot of good friends in every direction.
Oh, he rode the fucking lightning. He's the guy. If you ever want to get an honest to God book on like what happened during that whole time frame, Sean Waltman, I think, would be the guy that's going to be the author of that book because he was the guy that was on all sides.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it was funny because and again, he gets sued over his comments when he comes back. By the way, we have Damian Priest kicking the stuffing out of Carmelo Hayes right now.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, overall, yeah, I mean, I think that I forgot the fucking where the hell
we were talking about X-Pac.
Xbox talking, let's go.
Yes, Sean Waltman, 100%. As we've got Puerto Rican Diesel right now with a crossbody onto Carmelo Hayes for a two count.
So Damian Priest to SmackDown. I mean, that's interesting. And a lot of opportunity here for Damian.
MGB, I see you. I don't want to click on it, but no. Sean, I don't like even. Can we retire as much as we've retired other angle name and everything like that when it comes to Kurt? Can we retire X-Pac heat when it comes to like go away heat? Because can we at least call it Jericho heat?
I think it's
now much closer to that than it is to X-Pac heat.
Yeah, I think it's fair that I have no issue with moving on to Jericho heat from definitely from X-Pac heat.
Yeah, because the go away, but yeah, no, and it's so funny because, like I said, I think I've mentioned a couple of times of going through the WCW, the audio booking, and of how X-Pac, Sean Waltman was like the litmus test for wrestlers coming into WWE, which Jericho had to go through, and now everyone's bringing up Jericho's whole comment of, well, of course, Eric Bischoff, I couldn't main event TNA. I'm not in my 50s. Now you're in your 50s and you're main eventing shows.
Funny how things work out, eh?
Yeah.
And the hypocrisy blows your mind. But Carmelo in control of Damian right now.
Oh, I am in commercial. So what do you have, sir?
I'm not getting. I got Carmelo. Oh, Damian fighting back up. Both men on their knee.
Fight back.
But we are rolling along, folks. Nick, you said you're in a commercial?
Yes, sir. I just have. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Damian down. Carmelo working that leg real well.
Right. Speaking of, we'll be right back.
Nick taking a pause for the cogs, folks. Rolling along as we are on to the last 40 minutes of the show tonight. Again, I wonder how people feel about the 3-hour SmackDown. I saw some comments in the chat already. Really curious how you guys feel. Like, I like a lot of what's happening. Anyone else got that vibe that it's dragging a little? Dun, dun. Carmelo in control. Greatest is when he was the 1-2-3 kid. Yeah, that whole storyline. I remember being young, and this kid comes from nowhere and then gets the pin and then gets another pin. All the beef about the money. And then Razor slapped the shit out of that X-Pac. That kid, when he was first on the scene, Razor smacked the shit out of him. 3 hours SmackDown is making me want to smack my pillow. It's really funny, right? Because a lot of Fridays we're here 3 hours, all the Fridays, right? Like we would do SmackDown, Rampage, and it didn't, like, on a night with a good SmackDown, really didn't feel that bad. But it's almost like being locked in for this 3 hours, and I just feel the pacing, like even in some of the matches, like I don't dislike the match. It just feels like they're paced a little bit slower for obvious reasons, but yeah, I got a draggy vibe tonight. Like, I think Dynamite kept my attention better on Wednesday than SmackDown is doing it on Friday. I think 2 hours made the show. I think 2 hours made me want more. I missed that. Yeah. As right now, I got a blank screen. I'm not sure what is up in my world. Oh, we're back to the action. But yeah, I think that, even Raw at the 2.5 hour mark, it feels like a real nice sweet spot. But 2 hours to me was always my first choice. I advocated for 2 hours for a long time for that reason. It's just a lot. It's a lot to ask, right? It's like watching, a long ass movie of any kind. It's a long commitment. It's a long time. So 2 hours feels a little bit better. And the ironic part is, like, we're 2.5 hours in. We've got a lot of good stuff tonight. A lot of teas for the Rumble, teas for Saturday Night Main Event, a couple good matches. I like what we're getting. Carmelo, Damian, but it feels a little slow. Where's see money say? Rule number one of showbiz: always leave them wanting more. That's it. Think about it. Your favorite food, your favorite song. When it feels like, man, I wish that was just a little bit longer. Wish I had a little bit more. It's always the way you want it. Leave them asking for more. Leave them wanting more. And sometimes, I guess, the 3 hour show doesn't leave that vibe, right? Like, you're just like, I've had enough. I'm good. I'm good. Bring the bill. Now let Nakamura win the 2025 Royal Rumble. I don't think so. I like Nakamura a lot, Damian. I just feel like there's way too much happening up at the top of the roster right now for Nakamura. Nakamura is really good, mid-card champion, strong. We'll have good matches. Damian's hyping up, by the way. Something has awoken in Damian Priest. Big kick. That was almost a low blow. Unbridled rage, says Wade Barrett. I love it. I love it. KJ, you mean like taking your 8-year-old to see Gandhi? What? Where's Nick when I need him? What? It's like we are getting the extended cut of SmackDown. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Larry. Light bulb. Sorry, vitamins are good. But yes, exactly like that. Don't do it. Extended cut of SmackDown every week. It's cool, but I didn't ask for it. You're right. And even the crowd's subdued. No pop on the flatliner there, or on the stroke, if you would. How many entries now with Nakamura in the 2025 Royal Rumble? Let's see if I can get some answers. Let me see if I can find that for you. Let's see. Right now it's saying announce participants. LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. So, yeah, a good handful of names already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And people are saying, like, oh, the women have nobody. But, I mean, the men only have 7. They just got their 7th now. Nia Jax, Bailey, Charlotte, Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. So 2, 4, 6. And the ladies added 4 in one segment tonight. Well, 2 segments, technically. But in 20 minutes. Reversal by Carmelo! Big cutter onto the knees. So there's your entrance so far, folks. 2, 2, 2, 2 on Damian. 2 on Damian, folks. Mr. Perfect was world champion. He was, yeah. I mean, I was kind of thinking WWE or whatever, but yeah, you're right. He did have an AWA championship. He defeated Jerry Lawler at Memphis South Coliseum. I'll take your word for that one. Let's save Nakamura for the Rumble win in 2027, perhaps. Perhaps. Psycho Sid for the, yeah, there you go. There. Not a bad show, Ronan. Carmelo lands, rolls through. Little bit of a clunky spot, almost in the clothesline. Another little, what are we doing? Roll up, roll up, roll up. A little sloppy, a little sloppy. The boys are trying to figure it out. Huge clothesline. My parents took me when I was 8. There you go. Hang in there. That's a long day for an 8-year-old. Done. Ronan, yes. And the Umaga. Let's go, Umaga. How do you like the idea of ZZ Top Las Vegas song as the theme for WrestleMania 41 after all the inspired girls? Then maybe. I'm always a fan of beards, but Damien gets the win. Right? I'm always a fan. You support other beards. So there you go. So Damien pins Carmelo Hayes, folks. Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. This convo is going to make me rewatch Iron Claw. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Good mid-cutter and tag team wrestler who never world champion, Arn Anderson. Yeah, that's a valid one. I like that a lot. You forget that, right? Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Just in the box that he's buried in. 4.2, 4 and 2, 4 and 2. But we got DIY, MCMG, and Nick Aldis. And MCMG pointing out you're just avoiding us. You're dancing away from us. You don't want any of us. We're going to get the match. We're going to get the match. Aldis having a little fun with it. 5-1. OG on fire lately. There you go. 2 out of 3 falls match. 2 out of 3 falls. MCMG. I'm just not sure when they said it will be next Friday. Oh no, so next Friday we're getting an 8-man tag. Los Lobos and DIY gonna team up together. Chelsea versus Misha next week. 8-man tag next week. Did they say 2 out of 3 falls match? Naomi taking on Liv Morgan next Friday. There you go. Could end tomorrow. Again, it's hard to. You can win the belt, and some of you have won the belt a few times, but keeping that belt becomes a challenge. As we are looking at Kevin Owens getting ready for his match with Jimmy Uso. 5-1. Nick Aldis is running out of stories to tell. Nick Aldis has just kind of been a bit of a wallflower tonight, like just on the peripheral of things. As Nick pointed out, Nick was upset that he was, he made a big announcement during a commercial. But we are on another commercial break, folks. And as somebody mentioned, tomorrow we're excited for our Saturday night main event. We will be back tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, ready to go. It's going to be a fun one. Gunther and Jay, Braun and Jacob, Nia Jax. Who's Nia Jax wrestling? But Stack Night. Oh, Rhea Ripley. But a stack night up ahead. The contract signing with Cody. And of course, sorry, I'm getting a video. But Cody, and of course, he's taking on. Oh no, we're saving Cody. He's doing the contract signing with Cody for Royal Rumble. I got there. Took a minute, but it came back around. Is there an active Von Erich for the Rumble? I don't think so. I mean, the tag teams out there, the Von Erich boys, AEW's had them on and off. They've had them on Ring of Honor. I don't know if they ever signed a contract. They seem like well-sized, capable dudes. And speaking of well-sized, capable dudes, you hanging me.
Still muted. There we go. Terrible. I botched my own intro and everything.
Right?
Yeah, no, you've got the Von Erichs that are the tag team. And again, once Iron Claw kind of came out and did its run in the cinemas, they were like, yeah, right. Thanks. No, thanks. We don't need you anymore.
Right.
They haven't been booked at all. I've seen the Rock and Roll Express more than I have the Von Erichs. I'll say that.
Right. Yes. I have an idea.
All right, it took you a minute there.
It was like I was making sure we were good. I walked in WrestleMania last year, predictions champ. So how about we're gonna do this? I want everyone out there, if you can hear my voice, you comment on this video, and I'll throw this out there as we move forward. You comment after the stream. Actually, make a comment, and all you got to do is put hashtag Royal Rumble. And we will take you and enter you into a random draw, which will give you a Royal Rumble number. So first come, first serve. We might do 2 rounds of it. So get your name in.
So when you do that, that'll be the comment underneath will be the number that you get into the Royal Rumble.
Well,
so it'll be whether if you're the first one that comments, you might get number 1, you might get number 30.
Well, you're going into the random draw, so you get your name in. The first 30 people to get their name in. I think we'll take 60 people. I might double up and do 2. So we'll do. We have 2 winners. We might have to split the belts and have a tag title. But yeah, let's go. I had a brain blast. Light bulb.
Got a blast.
Right.
Shortcake Nick WB going through 7 shades of purple. What in the fuck was that sentence?
You had me at shortcake.
Yeah, you lost me there at shortcake.
As we are getting signs of the night.
316.
So yeah, I will
signs of the night is that's been a lost art.
Well, I mean, again, it's really cool over the last month or so as Miss McCool in the house.
Oh, yeah.
The A-listers are out.
She's not a fucking A-lister, my guy. She's right? CD. Mark Henry's more of an A-lister than Michelle.
Oh, McCool. Dude. I already hear the online, hey, look at this traitor, this motherfucker. What are he doing here?
Cool. Suck my, know what.
Now. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, but that's the thing is Mark Henry, he's the guy. You even saw people with like, oh, it's the Christmas card. They didn't get acknowledged specifically to you. Shut the fuck up. Oh,
Cody and
Cody.
Welcome to Smackdown, man. There he's on some vitamins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, a little interaction with Cody and Damian. Welcome to Smackdown. A little chuckle.
Still, Matthew McConaughey, like dead center of the commentary desk.
It's so funny. Then
it's a little distracting, but
it's a little distracting.
No, anyone we've always said if you bring a sign to a wrestling show and everything like that, and you can prove it, we'll send you a shirt. If you get a Wrestling for Life Network sign on TV, or especially during the sign of the night segment and everything, we'll send you a goddamn gift card to the merch store.
Right. There you go, folks. So get it in. That's always been our policy with the signs. Get that in. And again, comment on this video and just put hashtag Royal Rumble. We'll enter you into the 30 name draw. And we'll go from there, folks. We'll have a little fun with it. In addition to our usual prediction hijinks.
Yeah, you might win the predictions title and something else. We'll see.
Facts.
Right. You got all super fucking serious in that
Dude,
moment.
these the last hour of SmackDown is going to be a trip for you and I. It's a battle on the
This
whatever
is so,
reason.
like
it's a
I
different
said,
vibe.
I'm to me of you said it before of how can they sustain it, what have you? How can they live up to Raw managed to actually make 3 hours work? We always worried about it. We always didn't like it, but they made 3 hours work. SmackDown,
Why
it's been
though?
a struggle, my guy. It's a good 2 hours, and then you remember there's another hour.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, my question becomes, because I defended them, but why? Like if you know how to do a 3 hour show, do a 3 hour show, right? Like,
I don't think they know how to do a 3 hour show. We've been over that.
I mean, I thought Trips was doing okay. I mean, some of the optimists were hoping that he'd be able to pull it off. Again, I like a lot of what we've seen tonight. A lot of good stuff happened, but it just feels a little slow, a little long.
Yeah, well, and it's Miz and Andrade.
No way.
They looked like they're competing over who's going to host the fucking Oscars or something. They're both out here in the suits.
Right.
Andrade about to smack. He's like, I did this to Sammy Guevara. I'll punch you in the face.
Does this mean Andrade's going to Raw?
Nah,
That'd be hilarious.
Quit fucking around with your mid card.
Jimmy! Big Jim.
They're making so much more of a thing of Miz going to SmackDown than I thought. Or I liked. Like, I don't. Why is this such a thing?
Yeah,
he's in every segment. He's all up in the videos.
It's too funny, man. But again, I guess he's here now. Let's go. Whatever he's up to, and it does seem to be involving the Wyatt Six. As Jimmy's walking out.
Carmelo following him quick time behind.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Am I the only one that noticed that Carmelo, jumped him and followed him right through the tunnel?
They had crosswords seconds ago. I love Wade Barrett.
Did you allegedly see, the whole Cole trying to tease a Wade Barrett, Drew McIntyre feud?
Yes. I'm in, man. I'm in. I'm really curious. I'm still kind of curious about this Corey Graves situation.
Oh, he was just held at gunpoint of, there's no place I'd rather be. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
They is treating us good. Like, seriously, like, holy shit. Like, literally I love it here.
I don't want to get sent to Guantanamo Bay, so I'll stay over here. Yeah, so Jimmy came out and we go already again into a commercial break, which is just advertisement for WrestleMania.
Yes, it is, folks. We will be here live. For those who don't know, if you're new here, we do a WrestleMania marathon. We try and cover as much wrestling from the Thursday to the Sunday, jam-packed with as many shows, and then we go live at 11 a.m. on Saturday. We're alive until the shows are done, till the wrestling is over. We stay all day long. We play some games. We have some prizes. It is our Mania Marathon. It's going to be fun. You're going to start seeing that pop up on the channel. Then we're back at it on the Sunday for another marathon. Plus, we got Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Revolution. Those AEW pay-per-views are always a marathon.
Well, no, I have two different questions that I could ask you.
All right.
Well, because there's been the idea thrown around that WrestleMania, should it have a halftime show?
WrestleMania should or shouldn't?
Should. That's the question.
WrestleMania.
The debate is should it have or should it not? I'll say.
I don't mind the idea of having a halftime show. Like, not
it
like
has a halftime show. It's called The Next Day.
Yeah, that's right. Like I think if 2 hours into the show there was like a performance by somebody and then we went back to that, I'd be okay with that. I don't
No,
want a
you
whole,
lose all your momentum.
not if it's a really good
If
performance.
you're telling me right now,
Kaepernick,
if you
bro.
wanted to watch WrestleMania 41 in Vegas, and
Right.
coming up next is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. But first, who run the world, girls? Who run the world, girls? You're gonna fucking tune out.
Why did you go with that?
You're already 10 times less interested
Of
in
all your
anything that
options, why did you choose that one? But
because
no, I wouldn't expect a big full on the audience, like we get a big dance routine and parade floats and no, but I could see, I don't know, a song. I never really love I always feel like the artists that come in don't always feel right for whatever reason. But I like just the best way to do it is incorporate it into their entrances.
well, then you're out there, Travis Scott and everything.
Right?
Get the whole
Yeah.
world lit.
Right, a bathroom break. Everyone goes take a piss. Those who want to sing along, sing along.
You have a smoke session. You have a countdown. You have a cipher countdown.
Snoop comes out and sings an old jam with Martha Stewart for 15 minutes.
Queen Ma drop it like it's hot.
Right, we're back to the word.
But Christ, now I asked that question. I was forgetting my second question.
Oh.
Yeah. Method Man had that one theme song for The Rock for one night that was lit back in the day.
Yeah. No, man, I think I don't mind when the entertainment mixes with the art with the wrestling. I don't so much. I think there's nothing wrong with it. As long as it's not Jericho doing Bohemian Rhapsody, we're fucking good.
Could you fucking imagine? Now someone AI and send that to me or KJ or both or whatever. Mama, just man.
Oh, it's so bad. But yeah,
Didn't mean to make him job.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fozzy. What?
Oh, hey, waka waka waka.
That's how Jericho gets around the
Fozzy over the other Fozzy.
Oh, no shit. It'd probably be better. But that's how Jericho gets around the contract of like Chris Jericho, the wrestler, didn't go. Chris Jericho, the Fozzy guy, went.
But no one people pay less for Fozzy than they do the wrestler.
Yeah, no shit, right? That's the dilemma at the end of the day of like nobody wants to see either of those. Remember that time they tried to make him a baby face in England?
You fuck off. Yeah, now I remember what I was gonna bring up and everything, which is also, by the way, I'll say this before I say it, it's already been redacted a bit, but the whole of AW not let Meltzer reporting AW is not gonna let younger talent work outside of AW dates in Vegas during Mania weekend, which has been redacted, but again, it proves more of Meltzer don't know shit.
No shit.
But it's still funny that story even got out.
Right? But what would be the benefit of the younger talent can't do that?
No, if you're Billy Starks or anything like that, you're gonna work an indie date, what have you. If you're if you're half of if you're Nick Wayne, you're Blake Christian, that works in indie date, what have you. Around that time, you're getting booked versus where you'd get booked, where you probably wouldn't get booked, honestly.
What would be the harm in your guys doing that? Like you've always been.
Well, no, that's why I said I'm prefacing with that has been redacted, but it initially came off of Tony Khan enforcing Guantanamo Bay. You're not going to make any money outside of AEW.
Yeah, interesting. And again, I'm shocked it was redacted. But Kevin Owens coming out to the ring, folks. Here's a question for you, being that we're so full of Q's. Limp Bizkit.
I'm an A. You're a Q. What?
Limp Bizkit. Not WrestleMania. WWE Hall of Famers.
Music celebrity window, absolutely.
Right?
100%. You
special.
WrestleMania 17. You think you're special.
This is first thought right away.
Oh, this time I'm gonna let it all come out. Well, and even then, still with a bit Kid Rock with keep rolling, 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 rolling. Oh, keep I'm an American badass with Taker. I actually think it'd be really interesting. You get them used again of imagine WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. You think you're special?
Right.
I have to beat you, Cody. I have to.
Yeah, right. Like how? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Jimmy KO main event. Here we go.
All right, as about 15 minutes as Kevin Owens already rolls out. Is he wearing Naomi gear?
Yeah,
he's always shining. And then
yeah, he is.
He's a testator.
The t-shirt trolls are the best. One of my favorite things in wrestling is Kevin Owens t-shirt trolls.
But it's one of those of if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't.
Yeah, if you catch it, you get it, and you nod. Ah, you bastard. But
I want that shirt though. The Canadian some of
I think that's awesome.
Security technician.
Right? Absolutely unbelievable. Makes me laugh every time I see it.
But it's it's the subtle nuances. That's the thing is the subtle shots get over more than the blatant shots.
Yeah, and again, I think it's one of those things where once the fan base catches on to you doing it, they start looking for it.
Right.
So then it becomes a real thing. Like we're looking every time we see him. You just did it. What shirt's he wearing? Oh, he's wearing a Naomi shirt. That bastard.
Well, that would make sense because he's wearing a Naomi shirt as he's fighting her husband, Jimmy.
Smart. It's funny. I like
it. Head looks smart. Mind games. Yes, absolutely. See money. Mind games. Whoa. Did the turnbuckle pop off with that? No, something fell
hit
off.
It hard, Nick. He hit it hard.
Post. I felt like it was like a standalone camera. Something fell.
Right. You hear the story going around that the whole thing about Bray Wyatt poked John Cena in the eye, and that's they got in a lot of trouble, and it hurt his career because he had poked John Cena in the eye during a match, and Vince got mad at him for poking John Cena, and it fucked up his push.
We're far enough along in the video, so I can say this.
Walk the line.
What you lying? Oh okay. My God! Stop fucking lying! Like what? Who said that and why?
Too funny. But Jimmy, send him up. Gale slides out.
McConaughey getting involved for sure because now his kid. Oh, yeah. We've seen McConaughey involved so much tonight because we're fighting towards it.
Right? McConaughey smacks him. Jimmy rolls him in the ring. $150 likes. I love it. I love it. I love it, folks. We appreciate it.
McConaughey really looks like a guy that you come across in Red Dead Redemption.
No, 100%. It's so funny. And
he's going to sell you weed in Red Dead Redemption.
Right? But that's what he looks like. But everything you see him in, he's like the debonair motherfucker ever.
Define debonair because I mean, all right. I don't really say debonair.
That's old, but everything like all current stuff with him is all the Lexus commercials and the narrating
because you recognize the voice and he's and you off in that sweet good night. All right. Did you buy a Lexus? No, but it sure be a lot cooler if you did. All right. Hashtag not sponsored. If Lexus wants to sponsor us, I'll take one.
Right, but he's selling it like the most suave man ever. I wish he was selling it the way you were describing.
Yeah, well, no, we are the Matthew McConaughey of wrestling content creators. I'll put it that way.
Oh, okay.
No, we're just debonair. we're as smooth as a baby behind.
Right. Okay.
150 likes. What up?
Let's go. We appreciate all the likes, folks. Keep it coming.
See, big dogs out there on my fucking wavelengths. That's the strange thing to say. It's the channel with more hair, more flair, yet so debonair. Wrestling.
There you go.
You got a star, big dog.
That was 3. KO says that was 3. The ref says not today.
I got commercial, so
You're
call
on
the action.
So yeah, KO is in control of Jimmy right now, working him out. Didn't help.
I don't know which one was better.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't help. But moving on. But yeah, we are on a commercial break for some of you folks out there. The action continues for some of us. But yeah, he's milking the crowd right now. It's really good.
Fair. Right hand over left hand or left hand over right hand?
Backhanded European style.
Dutch shredder. All right.
Don't dare. Working him up. Jimmy trying to fight him off.
Not helping the case.
No, didn't help.
There's a lot of things you can say in pro wrestling that end up really sus if you say them in a sentence.
Right? No, 100%.
How are you going to say milking right after?
Listen, there's a method to the madness, folks. It might be chaotic, but there's a method to the madness.
Yeah, he's Method Man, I'm Red Man.
Right.
Oh,
hi.
Red and Mac. Yeah. La.
You know when it was cool, like when in the 90s, you could put a song as like a lot of people put a song as like their answer machine on their cell. Man, I thought it was the coolest using that song and to your mom's phones, and she's like,
"That's your ringback tone."
Yeah, real nice.
So, what was yours as we're going?
How high?
Break? What was
the
yours?
Chorus to how high?
Oh, fair enough.
Well, at least
mine was worse because I actually had my like bosses at work that were kind of still bros, like they had that bro mentality that poked at me because mine was. I will swallow my pride. I'm gonna ride, put my heart in blender. I had Eve 6 as my ringback tone. And they're like,
oh, that seems like something. I'm shocked it wasn't Creed, but
oh, there, I'm here from there. No,
right. KO working out, Jimmy. Y'all crack me up.
We try. Point. There's a little bit of point.
We do it by accident, but we do appreciate you enjoying it.
Well, yeah, we're a happy accident. That's what it is. This show is just nothing but a happy accident.
Could be worse.
Oh, what? Step up into the Gary. That's been the fucking move of the night, but yeah.
Right?
Superplex setting up Jimmy on KO. Ooh. Whip down again. So KO very much working the quote unquote shoulder of or the arm of Jimmy Swan.
Oh, Kevin Owens came down hard. The ham thrust in the corner.
Oh,
good match, folks. I feel like we've had a relatively quiet crowd tonight. I generally,
this is not a banner night for SmackDown. Like,
it's weird though, because
go ahead.
I feel like we got a lot of stuff, but I agree with you. Like, I feel like, can we go to bed now?
I would argue, and Anthony's gonna get his, Jollies and Hollies off of this.
I agree again.
Oh, Samoa drop. 1, 2, dose. TNA live on Thursday might have probably been the best show of the week.
We'll see. I really liked
Raw's the only other contender.
Well, I'll put it this way. I enjoyed Dynamite more than I enjoyed SmackDown.
That caught me off guard because I'm like, that was not the statement I was expecting. So I'm like, how do I argue that? I'm like, you're not wrong, but I was expecting, the front punch and you kick me in the shin.
TNA had a phenomenal show this week. It was good energy, good angles, really good wrestling matches. And again, I feel like SmackDown gave us a lot tonight. It just, for whatever reason, it was just like, oh. But yeah, for my money, Dynamite was better than SmackDown this week. I think Raw edged, ironically, coped out Dynamite a little bit, and I think NXT and Raw might have been neck and neck, if my memory serves me correct.
So you think the cope helped you? That was the great moment out of Dynamite.
Do you want to know the truth? I know we got a main event going here, but
I kind of asked it, but yeah.
Right, lie to me, bitch. No, I really think if you didn't do the Moxley stuff, if that wasn't on the show ends in 8 and 9. But that is the worst shit on your programming, and that's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, the Boar Horseman.
The Boar Horseman.
Yeah.
Super kick.
Yeah.
Down goes KO.
I feel like it's crazy to count as that SmackDown's still on, and we're like, yeah, it's still like about here, respectfully. It's still, to me, for the week in wrestling, if I have to go of what you need to go back and watch if you missed it, if not, go back and rewatch, it goes Thursday TNA, Monday Night Raw, Dynamite and NXT are like you could flip them.
SmackDown in the basement, eh?
SmackDown's 100%. SmackDown's been in the basement. SmackDown's a basement dweller right now.
That's crazy. But I feel like it's weird. I mean, again, I feel like I got a lot of pop up, reverse.
Oh, miss pop up, super kick.
Two.
Anyone would like to tell me an offensive maneuver that Jimmy or Jay has that's not a super kick? Don't worry, I'll wait.
He super kicks a lot.
They both do. We sat there with the WrestleMania match. It was super kick on super kick.
Yeah. And actually, it's funny because they could have got nominated for like worst match of the year last year.
Just the button masher of the year.
Right?
It's just all super kicks.
Going for the stunner. Is it a lame duck audience that's hurting this? Spear.
Is it a lame duck audience or is it a lame duck show? Like, how much do you blame the show versus you blame blame the audience or vice versa?
I never it's not really the audience's job to entertain themselves. If they're in the building, entertain them, even if they are asleep.
I feel like SmackDown, as of recent, within the past couple months, they're bottom of the barrel. Like they're fighting Dynamite for where they're at.
Powerbomb. I wouldn't go that far, to be honest. And there's the win. It was really flat.
Yeah, and we're getting out here a minute or so earlier. If we're gonna get KO probably with a promo, but yeah. But that's the thing is, do you say NXT is better than them? I don't agree with that. You say Monday Night Raw is better than them? I don't agree with that.
For what?
So where do you put them?
SmackDown?
Yeah.
I mean, week to week, I don't think they've been at the bottom of the barrel every week for the last few weeks. I think they've been hot and cold, but I think they've still done some good stuff, including this. So KO and Cody rolling. Fight!
But recently, SmackDown still at its best is not number one show of the week.
I would agree with that. I think is in 2025, maybe not show of the week very often, or if at all. Raw's been really, really strong. NXT's been very consistent to start 2025, though I think a couple weeks ago it 8-1. Dynamite has been consistently okay. So it's still some craziness that we don't quite get our head around. But as far as being entertained, like last night or Wednesday night, I enjoyed it. Thursday killed this week.
Thursday to me was the best show of the week.
And we are done.
I was gonna say, literally on the dot, we cut to they're fighting, and now I've got other people fighting. But yeah, again, folks, let us know your rating for SmackDown tonight, what you give it out of 10 and everything like that. I'm now starting to question, should the weekly, rankings, show come back here.
The power rankings? Maybe. We're running out of minutes in a day, but power
again, we'll just throwing spitballs at the wall.
I like it. I mean, again, that's something we used to do. The power ranking videos were fun to do, and each week it would change based on what we thought each week. But I don't know, maybe we could take a swing at it. But
we'll see.
That's a Sunday thing.
A Sunday, it's a fun day Sunday. But yes, it also depends on if we can keep it under like 10 minutes.
I doubt it. But ladies and gentlemen, get your ratings out of 10. Nick and I will handle a few of your thoughts and what did you like, what didn't you like before we head to the door here tonight. We'll remind you again, Saturday Night Main Event tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. But 7.5 from Damien, 6 out of 10 for Smack.
I was going to say, that's looking like a high number. I'm looking at the chat, and I'm seeing a lot of 6s and a lot of 5s and all that. Like,
it's crazy to think, though, if you said it on paper, if you told somebody, if like a friend of yours said, hey, how was SmackDown? And you go, well, without giving them your opinion, say, we got KO, Jimmy, we got a promo segment that eventually leads to a brawl at the end of the night. We get Braun Strowman in a showdown with Jacob, leading to their match. We got a 6-woman tag match. All the ladies showed up to declare Royal Rumble. Like I'm Tama Tonga LA Knight. We got I don't know. It just flat. It was all base level tonight. It felt like
I'm gonna say you're making it hard for me to even get to a 6 right now, my guy.
I'm solid with a 6. Like I'm very good with 6. I could justify a 7 as far as it was lower end solid, as far as they did give us a lot. I just listed out. But again, for whatever reason, it just didn't land fully. 3 hours seemed to be an issue a little bit. I'll meet myself in the middle and go 6.5 on this one tonight.
I'm gonna go Russian judge, and y'all can be mad at me in the chat and everything. I'm going a solid 4.
4.
Yes, I don't think that this was all that great. I think it really under-delivered. We had, you mentioned 3 to 4 people that declared for the Royal Rumble and everything, and none of it made a shit worth of a difference outside of the Charlotte Flair package and everything.
What do you mean, though? The fact that Nia Jax, Naomi, Bianca could win the Royal Rumble easily. Nia could
don't try and just pull this up now. Don't try and pull this up by its bootstrap.
Zero chance that Bianca wins the Royal Rumble.
No, that's not what you were starting with, by the way. You were out there throwing out Nia Jax and Naomi.
Nia Jax wins. She has a reason to be mad that her belt got taken away.
I go 4 or 5. I guess, like I said, I'll be the Russian judge with this, but to me, This was very. What was this? This was.
But there was
this was just getting on through the fucking calendar here. Like, there's nothing I feel that carryovers.
I mean, again, man, I didn't give it a high score by any stretch. I wasn't blown away by tonight at all. I was counting the minutes for the show to kind of come to an end. So it's all right. I agree with you. But I mean, again, I still feel like they delivered as far as in the in-ring stuff was half decent. What we did get, I think nothing really spectacular came out of, like, there was no really like standout, like, oh, that was such a good match. The tag match we had early in the night with MCMG and Pretty Deadly was probably match of the night. Yeah, I don't think they failed on the night. I just think they didn't have a great night.
All right, so if you're gonna look at 4 of that they failed, so then I'll at least go 5. You got complacency. You attended class. That's about the most I can give you.
7 out of 10. SmackDown is over, and the Winter X Games Aspens is shredding tonight. Interesting, Ronan.
Is the X Games still a fucking thing?
I didn't think it was still a thing. It was stale. Yeah, I saw Boston's comment about Cody and KO fighting too much, but to me it feels like Austin Brett, where every time they were on screen, one of them jumped the other one for months. I don't mind it when you're really trying to build, and you got to keep in mind, they still have 7 days to go. So I don't mind going off the air with a fight.
I'll give you that, but I'm saying more of just in my rating of when you have that feud going on and they'll have a hiccup or two or whatever and we'll give it a 7.5, a 7, an 8. Like, I can't give this one anywhere near that. You're a 5 at best of this. You got through the date, you got through this week, and that's the best I can say about you.
And then is it because tomorrow night, Saturday main event, so they kind of it was more of like kind of that pre-show vibe? I don't know. I mean, again, I thought they gave us a good amount of shit that we should have loved, but it didn't hit. Like, it didn't hit as the way I thought it would.
You got to make me care about. Yeah, you got to make me
LA Knight. Yeah, like Tama LA Knight should get us jazzed. Like, it should be like something we talk about.
I thought that was going to be the main event.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, it was just there at like the second hour.
Right. KO Jimmy wasn't a bad match. The crowd was kind of quiet at that point.
Good match.
It wasn't great. It didn't really stir the drink very much, and it was all about the fight after the fact. So maybe again, we still got a week to build the match. I don't hate the brawling at the end and the cliffhanger going off the air. Like, what is going to happen? But what is going to happen tomorrow when these guys have to be face to face? But we'll see. 6 out of 10 only for McConaughey. Right. I called it 3 hours Friday night. It was a huge mistake. LJ, I mean, I advocate for 2 hours hard. They didn't want to listen to me, and here I am on a Friday night grumpy.
Well, 3 hours, can we say, does not work for a wrestling show, period, unless it's a pay-per-view.
It is not a good idea to run a 3-hour weekly television show, let alone 2. Again, I know some people are going to argue, well, 2.5 for the other one. Close enough. It is a lot of content. It is hard to keep that amount of time interesting every single fucking week. It is hard enough to do 2 hours. The 3, it's just long, dude. Like I said, tonight there was a lot of stuff. If you had condensed that show and took out some of the filler, sped up a couple of matches, like that Damian match with Carmelo was really slow. It was really slow. So, I mean, again, another match on paper, it should have been a banger.
You take the Miz stuff out and put just Damian versus Carmelo, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you squish it down. If you got the important stuff tonight in 2 hours, that show bangs. But you stretch it out for 3 hours. The matches are a little bit slower, everything feels a little elongated. And
I struggle to watch a Marvel fucking 3-hour movie and everything. And that's like once every couple of months, let alone once a week.
That's the thing, right?
Almost twice a week now at this point.
Like, we're avid wrestling fans. We love SmackDown. We've praised it for a long time. SmackDown, I think you felt, was the A show in 2024. I thought, yeah, right. So I think it's very interesting now that it expands to 3 hours and it just doesn't have the same snap. Also, I mean, again, the bloodline thing's kind of cooled down. So can they build that show? Is that show getting the same amount of love without that big Roman storyline right now?
SmackDown was built on the brand, which was tied into the bloodline storyline. Like when you watch SmackDown, you were watching it for the bloodline storyline.
True.
Now that's gone away. Now SmackDown is what Raw was. Now you've got what was left behind, and it's not bad, but it's not great.
No, again, it's interesting. We'll see. It's I mean, again, my favorite Cody Rhodes feud. KO's been outstanding. I mean, again, like I said, we'll say it a million times the same way, but yeah, it didn't land on the mark. SmackDown over Dynamite this week. This is crazy. It's not very often that's been said in recent memory, but Dynamite was better than SmackDown this week for sure.
Okay, so what's your weekly ranking? Like, if you had to rank the shows we watched this week in order, how you go?
Dynamite. I think I would go Impact, Raw, Dynamite, NXT, SmackDown.
I'll agree with that.
I mean,
I was right there with you. Yeah.
The tough one is I'm trying to remember how much I liked NXT. I thought NXT was pretty good, but again,
title matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay.
You could flip them with Dynamite, and that's the only debate. That's the only debate.
Well, you could tie them, and then it's silly. But at the end of the day, you listen. For those who think, I know we took a lot of heat in 2024 into the beginning of 2025, being very honest about the products we watch, and we were very honest about AEW. But here it is, like AEW has been okay to start 2025. Still a lot of weird fucking decision making and a lot of bad press. But the shows have been, if nothing else, even if that segment that opened the show on Dynamite on Wednesday with Will and Kenny doesn't make any fucking sense at all, the crowd was fucking on their feet. They were jumping off the building, even though the cameraman missed part of it. It was energy. It was fun. It was good. Other than the Moxley stuff, the Moxley hurts that show. And if they could get rid of the bullshit like the Jericho and the Moxley, you have a much better show, and you have enough stars to make it work.
Dynamite just really starts here and then falls off a cliff, and SmackDown does like the reverse.
Right? It's because the main eventers on Dynamite stop. You really want to see, right? Like you don't want to see John Moxley. You don't want to see a guy like Jericho getting booked all the time. Moxley, this whole thing, and like we will be here until tomorrow morning if we keep talking.
Fair.
7 out of 10. Denisha gave it 8. Jay Cruz really won tonight. There you go. Yeah, Apollo got a W. I mean, that should mean something.
It won't, but it should. Well, Apollo Crews had a match before Fabian Eichner.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Fabe. They gave him some.
He still can't get out of his jacket.
Well, is he going to end up like Veer Mahan? Like, what happened there?
A monk out there. I saw everyone, and I'm going to just say this joke, and you can cut this from the video if you need to or whatever.
Are we going to be mad? I'm going to have to blank this out.
That's why I said if you need to cut it, you can cut it. But yeah, how the man now is sworn to celibacy after he was out there coming for fucking 17 weeks.
I don't know if we're allowed to go that far, but I don't care.
No, phonics, hooked on phonics worked for me.
Right. I mean, technically that's a bit of a gray area for me.
Yeah.
No, that is, I saw that today. I died of like, how often we talk about this man is coming. And he just never came. He just said, fuck it. I'm never going to do it.
Right.
But yeah, no, Nick killed it. But yeah, I mean, what a weird year. 2025 is
what is 2025 in wrestling?
25 days
fucking started.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is SmackDown. That is the stream. That is the show. A fun night overall. Remember, the wrestling might suck. We never do. I had a lot of fun. We are back at it 7:30 tomorrow for Saturday night main event. It's going to be a fun one. Stack card, stack show. And it's going to be a good time. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. We are climbing fast. We are growing fast. We're about, we're going to hit that 7K sooner than later. and we appreciate all the love. Check out all our socials. Remember, comment on this video. Hashtag Royal Rumble to enter the Predictions Championship Royal Rumble. We'll see what number you go in. That's the number that represents you, and we'll see how you do in the Rumble.
Right. And Saturday Night Main Event is coming, but our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the rest, you better put that forward line for it.
And on that note, I'm going. So see you on the flip side, folks. We got a main event tomorrow.